Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to GameFace, episode 482, a very special episode of GameFace. We are doing something we have not done for a really, really long time. We are going to do live reactions over a live press conference. We're going to give you analysis, live reactions to the Sony State of Play for basically what is not E3 2026, Summer Game Fest 2026. It's going to be awesome. And of course, alongside me to do that, as always, is Matt Keil. Are you jacked up for this, Matt?
I mean, we'll see if we demonstrate why we haven't done it in a while.
Yeah, I was in chat before the show started, and a couple people were like, is the gear going to work? Is everything going to work okay? We think we have everything figured out. We've said that before, and things weren't worked out, but I think everything is set up and good to go. We are ready to talk live over the Sony State of Play for not E3 2026, Summer Game Fest 2026, whatever the heck you want to call it. It's basically Sony's E3 press conference. The initial intel is that it's at least 60 minutes long. Mm-hmm. We don't know how much longer it goes over 60, but they're saying it's over 60 minutes. And the only thing that they've said for sure about this is that they are going to blow out Marvel's Wolverine, which is Insomniac's game. Otherwise, they really haven't said anything.
Yeah, well, I saw the fake leaks of things.
What were fake leaks? I missed those.
Oh, just like mock-up. Like, it was basically like documents that said, so like, don't leak this or you're fired. And it was just like
with the watermark over.
Very convenient, like everything anyone would want.
It was all dream stuff.
2,
oh, really?
And, like all these, infamous returns with Cole in his original form. Not like
all the PlayStation dreams, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the very.
Where did they say they were coming from?
Oh, some
some publication or
some Sony person.
Yeah.
There's like random Twitter posts and
yeah.
And like down at the bottom it's like God of War Wrath of Faye, which I was like that's a funny.
I mean, that may actually be the title.
Who knows?
Even if I don't believe that's a leak, I think they may have just guessed the title because it very well could be that.
They had like intergalactic first 10 minutes of gameplay, just the things that are not.
Basically, PlayStation
happen.
dreams. Like,
yeah.
If you're a PlayStation fan, everything that could happen to make it awesome, basically.
Yeah.
I missed all that. Like, I didn't really see
and conveniently not a single thing we didn't already know about.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's how you know.
I'll say this. It's pretty impressive that nothing's leaked out.
Yeah.
The only thing that's kind of come out is that it looks like we are going to get something Witcher 4 at not E3. They haven't said which press conference, but CD Projekt Red said, keep an eye out, basically. So my guess is they're going to show something. Maybe a first real trailer of it instead of that
Did they
Unreal
say
thing.
Keep an eye out for just in general or Witcher 4 specifically?
Yeah, Witcher 4.
Witcher 4.
Yeah.
Because I do believe that somewhere in there is, because they said there's more Witcher stuff coming, and I assume one of the things they're counting is that new expansion they mentioned, which maybe was originally going to be its own game or something. I do believe that somewhere in there there's a remake of the first game. Got to be percolating somewhere.
I would imagine
that game is unplayable today.
Yeah, it really is.
And like you can't, and it's only on PC. It's
that's possible. Actually,
I feel like that is would be a pretty wise thing to put out in the mid, especially because like now that you know how you ended the kind of Geralt trilogy, you could adjust the first one to be a better setup for what happens in Witcher 3, and maybe I don't know, mention Ciri or something.
Yeah.
And some of that because he does have amnesia in that, so it's like he doesn't remember all this stuff. But you could make it flow a little better with 2 and 3. I think would be a wise thing. And you get everybody to play it. You do a little upgrade of 2, and all of a sudden you can sell the Witcher 3 trilogy for like the next 15 years.
Yeah,
as a little unit.
Yeah.
It seems like a good idea to me.
Yeah. Are you guys jacked up for this? I mean, let's be honest. This is kind of it. Because PlayStation has all the big first-party stuff everyone wants to see, but it also has first dibs on all the big third-party stuff. So I can't imagine too many publishers being like, well, we want to keep something for Xbox because...
No, that would only be contractual.
Right. Yeah, not because they want to help. Like, if you actually just want to help your business, you want your stuff in the PlayStation State of Play. Yeah. And so not only are we going to get a look at a lot of big Sony first-party stuff, we're also going to get looks at the biggest third-party stuff, I believe.
One assumes.
Yeah.
Who knows what that is at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to assume Ubisoft's got something in here for Black Flag.
Yeah, for sure. There'll be a new trailer or something like that. Let's check in with you guys, because I want to feel the vibes from you.
That was the other thing in the fake leak was the first 20 minutes of GTA 6 played live on stage, which is just like, no.
No.
They would never do that.
Vincent says that they've said they're remaking the first game.
Yeah, they've said that several times, but they put it on ice. That was a thing they were working on between 2 and 3 at one point, and they put that on the back burner. And then there's been talk that they're bringing it back. It's not a dead project. They do want to do it, but it's there hasn't been any movement on it for a long time. Mm-hmm. But it feels like now you got probably 4 or 5 years to kill.
Yeah.
It might be worth throwing out there. I mean, again, right before The Witcher 4 comes out, being able to have an updated, modern, working on all modern consoles version of all 3 of the Geralt games feels like a good thing to put out maybe a year before Witcher 4 or something.
Yeah. I mean, I think they've also proven that they're okay working with an outside partner on that stuff too. So it could just be some really good studio outside of CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, those games are strong enough that I think you could just have them in a supervisory capacity and not have to divert too many resources to it.
So we could see both.
And it's not like anyone who's anyone in the industry knows the Witcher game. So it's not like you would be throwing a mystery device at these people.
Yeah.
He's we want the Witcher 1, but make it play like Witcher 3.
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like just about anybody would know what that means.
Yeah. Just so you know, we're keeping an eye on the Sony State of Play. We have a window here on our TriCaster open showing the broadcast. You guys won't miss it. We're going to be on it. We'll keep an eye on it. But I want to get a sort of run of your thoughts. How are you guys feeling? Are you guys excited? What do you want to see? Go ahead and dream. It's totally cool. We're not going to make fun of you if you dream big, sort of the stuff that Matt was talking about. Erebus Jones says that's a handsome custom Xbox pad. Oh, yeah. So here's a crazy story. So Justin Horman sent this to me as a gift. He's one of our big fans. I don't know if he's on the stream right now or not. But he sent this to me, and it is an Elite Series 2 custom with colors and everything. The crazy part about this is he sent me this controller. My wife had bought me a case for my AirPods, just like a rubber case that fits around it. It is identical to this, and she had bought it 4 years earlier. It literally is a gray Xbox controller with pink buttons on. It blew my mind when this showed up. I couldn't believe it. The chances of that happening are insane. But yeah, this is my custom Elite Series 2 here. Again, courtesy of Justin Horman. Thank you very much, Justin. Big Smoke 82, thank you for Twitch Prime. We think we have everything figured out. Famous last words. We'll see. We do have about 20 minutes until the thing kicks off. Everything could go to crap before then. Stolty69, thank you for Twitch Prime. Who else we got in here? Quickster, F it, we're doing it live. Yep, that's exactly what we're doing. Shane and Matt, please don't hold back the curses when Sony disappoints. We will not. We never hold back. That's not what we do. Jonathan Sasson, first time chat. Welcome to the crew. As always, go at SIFTD Games, guys, if you want us to read stuff. I saw something over on YouTube. I don't know what that username is. IT4PL says, it's the last not E3. Gamers can no longer buy consoles or games, so it's over. Game over, man. We just did a topic with Pactor about if the game publishers have decided that they're just okay just selling stuff to rich people. And if gaming is going to become like the stock market, where it's if you're rich, it's great. If you're a plebe, it doesn't even matter to you because you don't participate in it. And he says, well, I don't want to spoil the episode, but he basically says yes. So
they've always come because, again, the secondary market for lower income families doesn't have any benefit to them, other than maybe some of them might buy a new console, but probably not. Almost all the secondary game sales don't benefit the original publisher. So
yeah.
They at best you can hope that people that play those games become fans of those properties, and then later when they have their these kids, when they have their own money to spend, will spend it on new versions of your future versions of that IP. But yeah, that's always. But now, you basically sort of eliminated a secondary market, and now you're just left with sort of that upper middle class and higher audience that has always been the primary market for first run video game stuff.
That's true.
So it sucks, but here we are.
Yep.
They worked very hard to eliminate that used game market.
They really did. And that is what kind of propped up the middle class gamer.
Yeah, and also I think is what made gaming a kind of universal hobby for this two or three generation stretch here.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's, other than mobile stuff, that's kind of going away. Where are you going to get, especially with the elimination of the arcades, that's, if someone grew up poor, a lot of times their favorite stuff or the stuff they grew up playing were arcade games because all you needed was a quarter.
That's true.
And that's kind of gone now. So
I was that kid.
So where are we going to end up in 10, 20 years with another wave of people that don't really play video games because it wasn't accessible to them?
Yeah.
That's a cultural shift that it's hard to imagine now.
It is. Yep. Pactor reminded me that less than 50% of Americans have a 401k at all.
Yeah.
But a lot of people look at the stock market and say that that's a measure of the economy. It's not.
No.
It's a measure of the economy for rich people.
Yeah, it's a measure of a facet of the economy. It's
Yeah.
not a measure of how a normal person is doing on a day-to-day.
Yeah. Fire
even
Native,
that,
thank you for Twitch Prime.
So much of that is driven by fear and just sort of belief that it doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Especially now.
Retro Modern Gamer says Sony has first-party games to announce. They rarely put games out anymore. Also, SIFTD, did you see the rumor of Star Citizen Squadron 42 being at Summer Game Fest? I did not, actually. I missed that.
That is funny.
Yeah. Rogerty, thank you for the bits, brother. Rogerty says wishing for Days Gone 2. Okay. I think you're going to keep on wishing for that.
Yeah, I was going to say, so Sony Bend. I don't know how that's going to go for it.
Swanland says Days Gone is gone, sadly. Yeah, I don't think we're seeing that, unfortunately. What else we got here? They also are working on a new Cyberpunk. Yep, Cyberpunk 2077, or is it Cyberpunk 2? It's what it's called. They chopped out the 2077. Yeah.
But we may actually be playing it in 2077 at this rate.
Threadzilla says, what does a successful state of play look like to you? That's a good question, actually. I think at least 4 first-party games that are coming out in the next 12 months.
And aren't like
junk.
The side-scrolling God of War thing.
Like legit first-party PlayStation games. 4 of them, 1 per quarter coming out for the next 12 months. That would be a success to me. Also, did you see that today they shared that their first-party revenue is just, since 2020, has just gone in the toilet.
Yeah, because
they haven't released
what would it be? Yeah.
Where are you going to make money from? Yeah. Let's see. This is for Vidya Games. Thank you for Twitch Prime. That's awesome. Appreciate you. Joaquin Dragoon says, I want to see Legend of Dragoon 2. I'm not surprised to hear you say that, Joaquin. Big Smoke 82, I'm hoping for a big shift back to single-player games. Pretty much what we just said there. Yeah. Cinetike says, okay. Hopefully that doesn't crash our computer. Accepting that, because sometimes it does. There it is. Okay. Dream for me would be Wipeout game in 60 frames per second with ray tracing. It's been a long time since we got a new Wipeout. PS3? Yeah. PS4.
I think it was a PS3 downloadable one, digital one.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was. I think it was a collection on PS4.
Yep. Ashes in the Hourglass says we'll probably see fair games. Yes.
Yeah, that is probably unavoidable.
I think they changed the name of it to Break In. We mentioned that in last week's show. Resistance remasters would be hype from Threadzilla.
Yeah, okay. I doubt it, but I would like that.
Erebus says Sony has cut me out of their games on PC, so couldn't give us stuff about the first party stuff, but really excited for the rest. I'm ready to Google each game to see if they're coming to PC. Fair enough. Metal Gear Jimmy, thank you. Draylox, thank you both for Twitch Prime. Draylox says my big dream for the state of play is PlayStation games back on PC. Yeah, that's not happening. Fried X100 would love new Infamous to bring PS3 ones to PS5. I think we're all rooting for that. Soulwax Remix, I'm fully ready to be disappointed by the last of franchises from the PS3 era. Okay. Fire Native, my only wish is Hybrid Heaven 2, day 1 for PS6. I don't think that franchise is ever coming back, sadly. Swanland says, I'd like a Resistance sequel in the future where the humans have become the bad guys and oppressing the Chimera. So you play as the Chimera. All right. Nightwing 3060, big time dreams here. Hoping for a price cut. Oh. One can only dream. That is accurate.
In this economy?
Rogerty says Killzone 2 and 3 remaster, announcement of a new Ratchet & Clank. You may get the Ratchet & Clank. I give that about a 20% chance, roughly.
Yeah, depending on whether Insomniac can find the bandwidth for that with all the Marvel stuff.
Yeah. It may be lower than 20%. Let's see what else we got here. We need a Schreier investigation into the Jim Ryan era. I mean, he may be on it. He's a busy guy, that's for sure. Solo Dolo 241. I'm waiting in line for Smuggler's Run at Disney right now. Yeah. Don Lionheart, what's up? Thank you for Twitch Prime. Got a 24-pack of Yingling for $20. Wow, that's a good deal, man. But I think you're drinking it in cans. You got to get the bottles, the long necks. DMC 6. Walking Dragoon, I honestly think that we may see DMC 6.
Yeah, that's
maybe not today,
not
but
impossible.
Over the next week or two, I think we might. What else? Threadzilla, thank you for gifting the tier 1 sub. And JM Rain, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Liberal Hack, I think it's overstated a bit. The PS2 at launch was $580 adjusted for inflation. Even after price hikes, the PS5 is only a little more expensive at $650. Granted, we are 6 years in. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is that people just don't have money, regardless of whether it's how you relate it to prior consoles. The bottom line is people just don't have.
How much did the PS2 cost just for inflation in 2007?
Right. Yeah. Yep. Mike's Q. I should grab a 6-pack of Lord Chesterfield on the way home. That's probably not a bad idea. Yep. Let's do a time check here. We are at.
It's interesting that nobody. Well, actually, okay. Someone on YouTube just did. It's interesting that nobody mentioned Final Fantasy VII.
Part 3.
Yeah.
That's going to be somewhere.
You would have to be.
And it'll probably be in PlayStations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because they just released Rebirth, or they're about to release Rebirth for Switch 2 and Xbox Series. So PlayStation, PC are the lead platforms there. So my guess is it would be in the Sony State of Play. Mm-hmm. So my guess is it will be. We'll be seeing it here in the next hour or so. I hope so anyway. I'm pretty excited for that game. I really liked Rebirth. It feels like those games are getting better as they go. From remake to Rebirth. Hopefully the third one's the best in the trilogy. We'll see.
Well, hopefully once they figure it all out, they can tweak the first two to match the third one and put it all out as a complete package to make you buy it again.
Yeah.
Because that's how Square do.
Mitchell Ness says no green bottles. I've never seen green bottles of Yingling. Or actually, no, I have. Like, OG was green back in, like, the 90s and the early aughts. Now the bottles are brown in Pennsylvania, which is weird.
Yeah, when I'm no Yingling expert, but I certainly think of green bottles when I think of them.
Uncharted 5, it's possible.
Probably not, but
it's possible.
it would not be Naughty Dog making it.
Yep, that is true, and it is very possible that we see it. Vincent, are you offering $12 pretzel sticks with this live stream? No, unfortunately, we are not. Yep. Well, we're going to preview very quickly here in a second a little bit more about the Sony State of Play. But before that, here is a word from our awesome sponsor, LS Cream. It's LS Cream, the fine cream liqueur crafted by fellow gamer and sifter Stevens Charles. Inspired by the Haitian drink Crémasse, LS Cream delivers an award-winning experience with every single pour. One sip and you'll see why. It's a party favorite. The silky blend of fresh cream and premium neutral grain spirits mixes great with everything. I dare you to put a shot in your coffee. I've been drinking it for years and still, I find new combinations that taste incredible. LS Cream is the kind of drink that keeps surprising you thanks to its notes of vanilla, cinnamon, nutmeg, and coconut. Take it to any gathering and watch it steal the spotlight. We've never seen anyone resist. Ready to join the fan club? Head to creamls.com/sifted for recipes, retailers, and online orders. That's creamls.com/sifted. How about, instead of getting a case of Yingling or a case of beer on your way home, how about you stop and get yourself a bottle of LS Cream and go home and mix up something awesome and kick your feet up and watch all the awesome E3, not E3-ness over the next couple weeks. That bottle may last you, but I have a feeling if you haven't drank it before, that first bottle goes real fast. So go to creamls.com/sifted. You can figure out where to buy it there. Also check out the LS Cream 5K challenge where you can win $5,000 just for making up an awesome drink. Again, go to creamls.com/sifted. All right, Matt, let's see how much time we got here. Got about 8 minutes, so it's getting down to it. Matt, what do you think, if anything, we are going to see from Intergalactic?
I don't know. I feel like Intergalactic is further out than Sony would like it to be. I'm kind of leaning towards we don't see anything.
Really?
If we do see anything, it would probably be a very quick, here's what the actual gameplay is, sort of thing. And leave you waiting for, we'll show you more at the end of the year or something, closer to Christmas. But right now, I think you are, I do think Sony tends to prioritize sort of their single player stuff, their big single player experiences by sort of tiers, and this is clearly a tier one, and so is Wolverine. And they don't tend to mix those in the same presentation.
Yeah.
So I feel like Wolverine's owning this one. At best, we're going to have because the only thing that makes me think that there is any real likelihood of seeing something more of this is what you've said before, that like Sony is kind of unhappy with how long this is taking, and they want to kick it up a little bit. So that would track that. It's like this would be if Sony is like kind of dedicated to like, let's get this thing out in like early next year, now would probably be the time to start sort of showing more of it. But we'll see what they think.
Yeah.
I mean, it also kind of depends what's ready to show, and whether they have other stuff they think can carry this, as a compliment to Wolverine rather than the next big thing after Wolverine. So
how much do you think we're going to see of Wolverine?
And
unfortunately, I cannot set this up without doing this, so I'm sorry, people.
I think we're going to see a lot of Wolverine. I think Wolverine will be the centerpiece of this, because it's out in like 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
So this is your time to really show what this thing is, how it do, and whether it is open world or whether you're wandering around or is it more linear, or like whatever you have it, like how the combat works, how the healing factor works. I mean, there's tons of we don't know anything about this game really beyond that leak, and that was so old that it doesn't really mean anything.
Mm-hmm. And Matt, what do you? I saw somebody mention in chat earlier, fair games. Mm-hmm. What do you think we're going to see of that? You think we'll see the first gameplay?
Probably a lot more than we'd like. They'll probably run a whole batch of it or something.
Yeah. You think they'll explain why she left the
They're
team?
never even going to mention that.
Jade Raymond. I don't think they'll even bring
Jade
up her
who?
name. Yeah, exactly.
We don't even have green things in this game. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
You buy, if you steal a bunch of jewels, none of them will be jades. I assure you that.
Does it feel a little bit like we're just kind of dependent on Insomniac to deliver all the time now?
Kinda.
It really does.
Naughty Dog takes too long. Sucker Punch isn't big enough to like deliver regularly. They always deliver when they do, but you can't really expect more than one game at a time out of them.
Yeah. And
Insomniac is really the only. Every 2 years you're gonna get something out of them pretty reliably. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, you kind of wish that Sony had more of those.
Yeah.
So Sony probably wishes they had like 5 more Insomniacs, basically.
I think everybody does. And then God of War, I think, is going to be a big theme in this. There could be multiple God of War games shown. They could show the God of War remake trilogy. They could also show the next God of War product.
I feel like the trilogy is probably more likely, because I do think that's coming out well before
the next God of
thing.
War. Although it's due. The next God of War is definitely due.
I do feel like if I had to bet, I'd say we'd finally get some gameplay of the remakes, and then like this of the new one. Mm-hmm. Like a logo reveal of the title or something. Yeah. That would be my bet. But hey, they might be doing them the other way around. Who knows? Yeah. We don't really know exactly where the trilogy is in terms of time frame.
Is the trilogy remake big enough to open or close the show?
I don't think so.
I don't either. I think you'll see that somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. I would think so.
Yeah. Because I'm excited about it. Do you think younger players are all that excited about it, though?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
it'll be interesting.
I think it's for older people, more than, people that
throwing us a bone.
Sort of. Like people that remember, how the action game roots of the series. And, like, as people that's like, I'm sure that all the chuds are waiting to see if they censor the sex scenes or whatever. And
I think they've already clarified that they're not. That they're going to be in there.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah, they'd be really
They are
stupid.
what they are.
Yeah, I mean, that's the game.
They're pretty tame when it comes to, I mean, we're in a post-HBO original programming world here, folks. This is very minor. Also, like, I always thought, like, it was way more uncomfortable the way, like, Kratos is horrible in those. I mean, obviously, that's the point of those the later games. But, like, what he just does to this ship captain in the first game is, and then he runs into him later in the afterlife, and he's like, "I finally met," and he just knocks him out of the way. And he's like, "No, you again!" I mean, it's horrible.
He was awful.
It's a terrible, terrible creature.
I mean, it has been a big reclamation project, and I think they had to do that.
That's some of the fun of it. Obviously.
It is.
It's fun that he is such a terrible person. That is the point of that first trilogy. Is sort of like, he's lost himself to that completely. Yeah. And it gives you the fodder to do these other great games that, like, explore that. Like, it's a really good progression. It's just going back to that. It's such a mid-2000s vibe,
It is.
Like that was just how things were then, especially in, like, kind of the main pop culture, young males kind of like sort of thing.
Well, they had to soften him, I think, to keep doing the franchise, because you couldn't just have, like, every entry be this angry jerk.
Right. Well, and also because maybe people forget, those games were real boring at a certain point. It was the same tone and the same thing over and over and over again.
It was hard to get excited other than the set pieces.
Yeah, you were just sort of tired of Kratos at this point. I mean, 3 had the problem where the best part of 3 is the first 20 minutes. Like that first
it is
fight
a great
with
20
Poseidon
minutes.
is amazing.
It's all kind
and
of
then
downhill.
it just never gets back to that level again. And like, you know, there are great, you know, the thing with Kronos and all. I mean, there's a lot of great scenes, but like at a certain point, like 2/3 of the way through that game, you're slogging your way through that Hades maze and like dragging the 14th like block over. And you're like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this again?
I'll be honest with you, Matt. The first time I saw God of War at E3, I was not impressed with it. It looked like a derivative action game to me, and E3 plays into that because it's just a little.
Yeah, you don't get
demo.
a real taste. I mean, the first God of War very much. I mean, the visuals are impressive to some degree, but like it looks when you're looking at it how it plays, you're looking at a video, or you're looking at it being demoed. It really did look like, you know, there was no shortage of third-person hack and slash isometric games in that kind of era, and it just sort of looked like an evolution of that. But then you get your hands on it, and the way it feels and the way it all worked, like you needed to play it to understand.
So what happened was I saw it and watched somebody play it. I was like, oh, whatever, doesn't look like a big deal. And then 5 or 6 people came up to me over the next like 8 hours and was like, hey, you played that God of War yet? And I was like, no, it looked really generic. And they're like, oh, go play it.
Yeah, and once you play
then
a
I
Hydra
did,
fight,
and
you're
I
like,
was
oh,
like,
okay,
I
I
get
get
it now. Yeah, I totally got it.
There's a visceralness to it.
Yeah,
that isn't there until
back
you
then,
get your hands
especially,
on
it the controls felt really, really good for the time.
And the integration of the QTEs and like sort of like the way that it works with the boss battle, the way they thought of how to like make it so those things feel like you're doing the thing that's happening on screen to some degree, especially when like dragging the Hydra heads down on the masts. Like all that stuff felt really good.
It did,
and you don't get that until you get your hands on it. So that's. And then by the time of God of War 2, we all knew what we were dealing with.
Yeah,
I remember very specifically the reviewer for.
We got 2 minutes.
Yeah, the reviewer for God of War 2 was she was a new reviewer. She'd worked with us forever, and she now works at Insomniac. But
oh wow,
she worked.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Worked
now.
Worked it forever, and we were at GDC, and she was back at the office reviewing the game, and she called me, and she was like, I really want to give this a 5. I think it's incredible, but is that okay? I'm like, because I've never reviewed it. I'm like, tell me about it. And so she told me about all that. And I mean, it sounded very much in line with like God of War, but more. And I was like, well, do you think it's a 5? And she's like, yeah, I think it's amazing. I'm like, well, then give it a 5. Like, you're the reviewer. It's your opinion. I trust you implicitly on it and make your case in the text, but like, yeah, give it a 5.
She was right,
and she was totally right, totally right. And you get home and you play that first thing with the statue, you're like this is a 5 just off the first hour. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah. You don't question yourself. What are you doing?
Yep.
And sure enough.
One more thing. We got a minute. Mitchell Ness asks, has PlayStation earned for people to buy a PS5 yet? Very quickly.
Not at this price.
Yeah, I'd agree. At this price, no. But I do think what you're hinting at, like maybe this presser can get it over the top, maybe. We'll see.
I don't think anything can make me tell you to buy a $1,000 PS5
no.
Pro. I don't think
maybe the 650 one, yeah.
I don't think that exists.
Yep. Okay, we're going to turn up the audio from the press conference. So as we get started, if our audio levels are a little off, just let us know in chat. I can adjust all that stuff right here very quickly and very easily. So here comes the audio. Are you guys able to hear it okay? Can you hear it?
I can barely hear it.
We're good. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. We'll go full screen. Here we go with Wolverine.
Hi, I'm Marcus Smith, Creative Director for Marvel's Wolverine. Today, we're excited to debut a new look at the game. To set the stage, Wolverine is in a race against time to rescue a group of kidnapped mutants before they're shipped off to parts unknown by cybernetically enhanced mercenaries known as the Reavers. However, Logan quickly discovers he isn't the only mutant attempting to save them. Let's take a look.
Let's.
See if we can find the one that got away. Redhead. Might be our only lead. Looks like she took off into the industrial park.
All right, let's search the area.
Give me a status update.
Perimeter stable. Holding position.
Oh, snap. She looked terrified. You see her face.
Hard to blame her.
Yeah. Oh my god. Look at him, the blood. Oh.
Oh, look how the water washes it off his boot. That's very cool.
Did you see all the blood that came out of that person?
Well, we have several pints in there.
Yeah, I mean, damn.
There's not a lot holding it in when Wolverine stabs
That's
him.
true. Oh, that is sweet. Oh my god, this is so violent.
They're all keeping their limbs so far. That's my main takeaway here.
Look at how bloody he is.
Where's the dismemberment?
I think it'll happen. The blood does slowly disappear, though.
Leech. So Leech, that's an interesting addition because Leech is a mutant who,
Not today, Bob.
you can't control his power, but if you're close to him, your mutant power deactivates.
Oh.
That can be a problem for Trask Industries, so that's the guy who invented the Sentinels.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it can be a problem for Wolverine if he's too close to Leech because the healing factor doesn't work anymore.
Right.
We need backup now.
There you go. There's your dismemberment.
That was a robotic leg. That's not the same.
Like he bled.
Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense either. But that's definitely
It
robotic.
was
leg.
oil.
It was Gene.
There you are, Brad.
Not sure how I feel about the voice.
Really?
Yeah, odd.
Don't worry. You're not going anywhere.
It feels a little too refined for Wolverine. I mean, not everything has to be the Cal Dodd, like Wolverine, Count Wolverine. Like, it doesn't have to all be that, but like, I don't know, it's so odd.
Son of a bitch!
Alright, a little blocking. It's more than just pure offense.
Oh
It's
my
good to see.
god. Look at the blood. Is it too much?
No, in fact, I think it's kind of. It feels like a smokescreen because it's not actually that violent.
It's cartoonish.
Yeah, like it's reminding me of something. I can't think of what it is. Like No More Heroes.
Yeah.
Reminds me of. That's not a compliment, really. That's cool.
Oh.
I like that. Oh, the background, the environmental interaction is actually a lot more impressive than the actual stabbing to me. The fact that nobody's arms are coming off is weird. To
It
me.
is weird. It's strange you would make it this violent
Yeah.
and not include dismemberment. Maybe they're just waiting. Maybe that's a reveal
No,
for later.
I don't think it's in this. I think you can cut robo limbs off, but not normal limbs.
Huh.
Because otherwise, why wouldn't we have seen that? Like,
Is that a Marvel thing?
no. Because the original Wolverine Origins game, you cut
Right.
everything off. You cut people in half. You're also not really seeing damage on him,
No.
which is another hallmark of that game.
Where are those mutants?
Erebus Jones notes that the blood is very Dragon Age origins. That is also a good comparison.
It feels overdone.
It is. I think it is.
And again, so bloody and violent in every other way.
Their clothes are getting ripped off, but not,
Yeah.
but not their.
I noticed the environment was getting destroyed too.
Yeah. That's the thing is there's so much interaction with everything, but like nobody's come apart.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, I know you can't like go super far, but it's like I'm not asking for intestines to spill out or anything, but it feels weird that you're not like doing a little more damage to these people.
Yeah.
Let me feel free.
Okay, I see I didn't notice the life bar, all that stuff in the corner because
the graphics.
The graphics
Yeah.
covering. So
Let
he's
me
got
take
like
that down very
he's got like
fast.
3 focus bars, looks like, and he's using a heal. So similar to Spider-Man.
Yeah, so health and then the 3 segments.
Yeah. So it's very similar to Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because it looked like he just used one of those focus bars to heal himself up real fast.
I mean, this game is nuts. If this whole game is like this.
I mean, they're clearly taking a lot of inspiration from Uncharted.
Oh, yeah.
There's some damage on him. That's good to see. That, I think that's from the cutscene, not the real-time combat.
Then you get dragged under the truck.
Let's get you guys out of here.
Are you a superhero?
Lock it. I'm Wolverine.
Oh, wow. I have to say, that is exactly what I thought it was going to be.
No, there's a good reference there.
This stuff is more important. This little trailer stuff at the end.
Sabretooth.
Yeah.
Some folks can't wait to die.
Did that just rip him in half?
I couldn't see it.
Almost looked like it. Looks great,
Yeah.
but
We hope
pretty
you
much what I
enjoyed that
expected.
new look at Marvel's Wolverine. This is a single-player action-adventure game featuring a focused, story-driven experience that will send Logan on a perilous journey across the globe, where more than innocent mutant lives are at stake. In this game, mutants live in hiding.
That
fearful
one
of
shot where
those
he's
who would hunt
lifting the
them
guy
down,
up, like
while
that is a
most of the
reference to the
world
cover
doesn't
of
even know
Wolverine
they
#1.
exist.
Ah,
As
That
you
is
saw,
nice.
you'll encounter
That is
iconic Marvel
very famous.
characters like Jean Grey, Mystique, and Sabretooth.
Some folks can't wait to die.
We also showed you a glimpse of the brutal combat you'll experience in Marvel's Wolverine. It's fast, fluid, and visceral in the way that only Logan can deliver. Marvel's Wolverine is built to take full advantage of the PlayStation 5 consoles, and we cannot wait for you to get your hands on it when it launches September 15th, 2026. We're also happy to announce that you can pre-order your copy today at the end of the show in select markets. Check out PlayStation Blog for more information. On behalf of everyone at Insomniac Games, thank you. See you next time.
So he's the new head of Insomniac, or the new frontman, I guess.
All right.
Let us know how our audio levels are, if they're mixed okay.
Hello and welcome to State of Play. I wanted to start by thanking
Fellow
Marcus
Central
and the whole
Pennsylvanian.
team at Insomniac
He's from
for
like
that
20
outstanding
minutes from
work
where
at
I'm
Marvel's
from.
Wolverine. We've got a ton more to share with news and updates from both PlayStation Studios and third-party studios from around the globe.
When you say
Let's
audio
get
could
right
be
to it
louder,
with the
do you
latest
mean
from our
the
friends
game
at
or
Arc
us?
SystemWorks, XDev, and Marvel Games.
Audio is out of sync. I'm surprised. It shouldn't be.
Prepare to face the supreme master of the pugilistic art. The Duke. I'll get your dukes up. Mr. Champion!
Actions are worth more
You get us out of the way.
than any word. And the greatest action is to fight. You have defeated so many. You've defeated whole worlds.
Oh, it's
But
Marvel Pokemon.
you've never fought doom. Let me show you why you should kneel. Think you're a genius, Doom? Your works are mere trinkets. My genius is endless. And now my turn.
Did you see all the previews for the arcade stick yesterday?
Yeah.
Sony's official stick. Seems like it's pretty good.
Violence will solve nothing.
Then I don't know if I'll go
My
for that,
dearest
but it's
Aurora,
nice to see someone still making
mutant
arcade
kind
sticks.
shall
Yeah, seriously.
rise, And I will be the one to lead the way.
Showtime! You look a little angry, Bug. Still holding a grudge. Pretty, huh?
Time to stop laughing, Gobby.
That all you got? Box
Chewbacca,
away.
I can't see. What are we doing?
You want to go full screen?
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
I'd rather see Carnage crotch than me. It's an interesting mix of villains. That is a straight up Venom super from Marvel vs. Capcom.
I'll slice you up. Don't be greedy. He's mine.
Knights of Doom, destroy them!
Cool. It is weird that there's never been a Green Goblin.
Yeah. Probably because he can fly.
Yeah.
But all the heroes can. So.
Looks like, yeah, I mean, Storm can fly too.
Yeah.
It looks like they figured it out there.
August 6th.
Coming soon.
Yep. That'll be another first-party game.
Godzilla, I do think that game is going to be pretty casual friendly. The open beta, it has similar sort of balance in that regard to Invincible. I think it'll be accessible. I'm not saying you're going to win any tournaments, but like you're going to be able to play it and look like you know what you're doing.
Rayman.
Let's roll.
They're remastering 3 Rayman games right now.
Will no doubt be
The first one, Legacy, and Origins, I think.
The Glade of Dreams.
Did they already put out like the 2 remakes or something? Like some anniversaries?
Not yet, no.
Follow me, brave heroes. The Glade of Dreams is in grave danger.
It's time I made my mark.
It's 4 against 1. You don't stand a chance.
Maybe he stands a little bit of a chance.
Globox to the rescue.
I am as fast as a falcon! Kick size!
For the Glade, then.
You think this ends here?
Cool. I'm here.
Are you ready for our game, Rayman?
Well, the fact that that was in this doesn't actually bode well for other content in this. That's, to me, that would be pretty low-hanging fruit.
All right.
It's Dave the Diver 2.
Dave the Diver something. Looks like 2. There's certainly no animation like that in there.
Let's get it pumping. I'm looking. Taking you back in the day, feeling immaculate, made action packed back to back while you yapping away. I got a knack to react, but I'm packing a grace to the max with a fact. Let me grab the space. I had a map the place. Who got a laughing face? On long and strong, looking like a stack full of hate. It goes on and on. To the back of the bank, this phenomenon's on. I don't even have to say I'm where I belong. This no back in the you know. I go where I want to put a fair warning for anybody. What I say? You can't stop me and get slumpy to bear on them. They try to be man, licking the tears on a mishpat. Yeah, so incredible. When you're this good, go let them know. Yeah, so incredible. When you're this good, go let them know. They ain't never hear a man like this. They ain't never seen a man like this. Go let them know. They ain't never hear a man like this. They ain't never seen a man like this. Go let them know.
Boncho the Chef.
Interesting. Leaning harder into the cooking mini games rather than the diving is an interesting
Yeah, it looks
choice
that
there.
way. Looks like another live service game.
Could be. Want me to skin yokai now?
Hopefully it's not a PlayStation service game.
Doesn't look like their style, but never know.
Roguelite. Death is only the beginning. Kamuri.
Hi everyone! お久しぶりです。安心の中村郁美です。Did you miss me? I missed you! と言っても多分私のことを知らないし、
I don't remember her to
人も
miss
いる
her.
かもしれないんですけど、そうだな。
Wasn't she
見
the
てね、お
like
姉
the
さん
one
で
everybody
す。
loved, the translator
今
everybody
日皆さんに
loved
お
or
届け
whatever?
したのは
The
妖怪
one
ハ
really
ンターアクショ
enthusiastic
ンゲー
girl.
ムケムリ
I don't remember her at all, actually.
舞台
from a
は
while
ケム
ago.
リシティ。
Maybe she got her hair cut.
Because she broke off and started her own thing. This, I guess this is it.
アジアをベースにいろんな
Oh,
カ
I
ルチャ
do
ーが
vaguely
混じってます
remember her, actually.
煙あるところ
Yeah.
に妖怪ありという言葉がありまして、
Like
そ
super
れを妖怪ハン
enthusiastic
タ
and
ーが
everybody-
見つけ出します。そこで使うのが妖怪ハンターだけが使える
Ghostwire Tokyo,
フォックス
that's it,
ウィンドウ
Cinetype.
狐の窓です。この窓を介してパラノーマル現象や妖怪を見つけ出してで可視化してそこに妖怪をハントす
So
る。
I guess this is
しかし
Sony then.
妖怪を
Oh, really?
集めるわけではありません。私たちのゲームでは妖怪と契約をしな
I
けれ
didn't
ば
see
なり
another
ません。
publisher on
頂
it.
上をまとい未知を狩るあなた自身に憑依してもらいます。そして憑依した妖怪のパワーを使
Does this look
って
interesting to you?
遠いアパレルというか
Me
っこい
either.
いアパレルをまとってスーパーパワーでもっと強い妖
Yeah, I
怪
knew
を
I'd
生ん
seen
で
this
この
before.
世界の謎に
This
近づい
was
ていく。
from
Vincent, I thought it was on one of Jeff's shows.
Yeah,
I
it was
think
on
she
the
came
game.
on stage for
It
a
was on the
while.
Game Awards.
Yeah. I remember her.
Almost 3 years ago.
弓ハンター
Yep.
次はシャーマン。そこで皆さんお気づきの通り
Yeah,
マル
she
チ
was
プレ
at
イあり
Platinum
ま
and then
す。
Tango and
仲間
now
と一
this.
緒に暴れて死に
That's
か
quite
け
a
て
resume.
妖怪ハンターとして一緒にこの煙シティで煙って遊んでいただければ嬉しいです。私たちはカオスをお届けして笑いをお届けしたいと思って煙を作ってます。あの世に最も近い都市煙シティへようこそと言いたいところですが、煙はまだまだ開発中です。情報いっぱい落としていきますので、もうとにかく煙の世界をこれから楽しんでください。レッツ煙、煙っていこう。シュッシュッシュッシュッシュッシュッシュッシュッシュッカカカカカカ。
Okay. Just what we needed. Another service game. 2027.
It doesn't seem to have a publisher yet, unless they're announcing it here.
Here we go. Tomb Raider, Legacy of Atlantis. This is the remake of the first Tomb Raider.
Been halfway across the continent looking for you. Hard woman to track down.
Well, you found me. Ms. Croft, I hear when it comes to retrieval, you're the one to hire. This isn't about glory or
There's the
money
bear.
or making the world a better place.
Where's the T-Rex?
Right.
This is a puzzle, buried in centuries of silence. You don't strike me as someone who walks past a locked door without wondering what's behind it. There's a reason I can only trust you with this.
There it is.
Someone's right. That did sound like Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Gotta say, you captured your good side.
You're
And a
assuming
raptor.
I've got a bad side.
That was a weird ending cut.
February 12th.
All right. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, it looked good.
Good.
It's got to be better than the original.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah,
the original,
100%.
I could hardly
So,
play
what
it.
was your favourite from today?
I liked the Allosaur.
What did you like about it?
He's big and loud.
Oh, I think my favourite is the Diplodocus.
Daisuke, they're here. I don't know if I can do this.
Just make our own Dino Crisis.
Yeah. If they won't do it.
It is weird how few dinosaur games and movies there are, right?
I know.
Outside of Jurassic Park stuff.
There's always
Kids
a
freaking
choice.
love dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I do too.
I mean, they're hard to do
When I have a
well.
big kid. The Lost
Alright.
Wild.
You have my attention.
Yeah. Retro Modern Gamer. It has a baby, so it's a Kojima game.
Back in early 2023, S-Game first showed us Phantom Blade Zero in passing at a hotel. And we knew immediately that this game had incredible potential. Look forward to more details in a gameplay and story deep dive coming later this summer.
I mean, we've got tons of details on this game.
Yeah,
We've
there's
put
not a
out
whole
like
lot.
20
Head over to
trailers
the
already.
I think I get it.
infested sands of Arrakis in Dune Awakening.
Oh, interesting.
In this open-world survival RPG, you can
Wow.
fully
The
immerse
console
yourself in
version
the
of
world
this,
of
I guess,
Dune.
was inevitable.
Unravel a cinematic story
been
filled
very
with
successful on
mystery
PC.
and intrigue, featuring many of the characters from the books and movies.
And you got another movie coming this year, so it makes sense.
This year?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
December.
Oh.
Alone or with friends, you will explore the vast open
Same
world of
day as
Arrakis.
Avengers.
Learn
supposedly.
to survive and
Why would they do
thrive
that?
by
'Cause they're
unlocking
gonna
the
kill
secrets of the
Avengers.
Fremen.
Really?
They have all the contracts we got on
Along
that
the
screen.
way,
Avengers,
you'll discover
Avengers
new
should have moved.
technologies,
Like
craft
Avengers
gadgets
staying in
and
that day is
weaponry,
gonna kill them. They're never
and
gonna
build a
make the money
base
they
of
need to make off
operations
that.
that will grow
I don't know
and
what they're
expand
doing.
as you
They're trying to
progress
do the
towards power
competing
and
format.
fortune.
That like Dolby
Pursue the
Ultimate
path of
Vision.
the
or-
Bene Gesserit,
There's like 40 of those in the country, I
Swordmaster,
think.
Not
Trooper,
enough.
or
IMAX is gonna
Mentat.
kill it.
Yeah.
And master anything from mind control
Should have moved it to
to
May.
brutal hand-to-hand
But yeah,
combat.
Dune will be big again in the latter half of this year, so
In
it makes
Dune
sense to bring
Awakening,
us to consoles.
you can choose to play with your
This is
friends
a pretty good
or
game
alone.
anyway.
Yeah,
with
everyone
brand
seems to
new
like it that's played
single-player
it.
mode arriving with the PlayStation release.
Single player
player.
mode, that's great. That's good.
Dune Awakening arrives on PS5 on September 22nd. Pre-orders start today.
How do you show a demo while passing in a hotel?
You sit in the Marriott Hotel in downtown LA and you bring your laptop down to the bar and you show the Sony guys your thing.
Yeah.
That's literally how
Dynasty
you do it.
Warriors 3 Complete Edition Remastered is a
The biz
modern
dev
revival
capital
of
of the
2001
industry,
game
that Marriott for
established
many
the
years.
foundation of the series. Players can become one of over 40 officers and experience intense 1 versus 1,000 skirmishes across vast battlefields.
Well, I'm just gonna say, we're halfway through this.
And joining the battle
It's pretty
is
darn
Sony,
disappointing so
the
far.
protagonist
I mean, it's a
from
lot of this
Dynasty
the
Warriors
usual
Origins.
suspects.
Yeah.
If you're doing a little thing on Dynasty Warriors, you're filling some gaps.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. Because I feel like Sony's showing its stuff, except for whatever the last thing is going to be.
Dynasty Warriors 3.
Dynasty
I
Warriors
mean, that is
3
considered the
Complete
best
Edition
one for
Remastered
most people,
launches
so it
later
does make
this year.
sense.
Pre-orders start today.
I mean, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
I'll play that.
From the award-winning studio behind the Ori series comes a bold new vision for action RPGs. No Rest for the Wicked is a brutal Souls-like built around skill, consequence, and precision combat. Step into a living hand-painted world you can explore alone or share with friends in your own persistent realm. A world that
At least
evolves
it
even
looks a
when
little
you're
different.
offline.
Yeah, they have changed the look of it.
And
The
hand
highly
painted
anticipated
and
full 1.0
I mean, still dark
release
fantasy, but it
expands
doesn't look
everything.
exactly like everything you've already played.
Mm-hmm.
A massive world, a deep class and progression system, and hundreds of hours of content, including endgame, all with full crossplay and cross-save. No Rest for the Wicked launches on PS5 this October and is available to wishlist now. Up next, let's check in with Capcom for an update on Onimusha: Way of the Sword.
I'm probably get a release date. I hope we do.
That's supposed to be this year.
Yeah.
I thought you'd see the appeal, Musashi.
I've never really liked it on Onimusha.
I've not been a big fan.
I'm willing.
This is a huge departure.
Yeah, very different from the
Yeah.
others. I mean, my big thing was I just never felt the action-driven combat really meshed with the sort of survival horror.
Yeah, with the
pre-rendered
fixed camera
background, but
angles?
yeah, it just didn't work.
Very
right.
weird. I hope we get a release date. This is on my fantasy team.
3 came the closest.
Yeah.
No ordinary gamer can move like that. I doubt this area was designed to welcome visitors. The castle's owner must be terribly cautious.
I am Suten Tochi. Miyamoto Musashi.
That was crazy.
The fool who seeks strength yet rejects the power of the Oni.
Sometimes the most unsettling thing to do is just to take mythological stuff and depict it literally.
No, you're right.
What it would look like. You're like, oh man, no wonder people like freaked out about that kind of thing if they were thinking about it that way.
Fighting is everything. So you've lost. Will you swap the sword for a trowel? Like hell I will. No? What then? Are you going to start taking human souls? If human souls are what it takes.
Musashi, if that's the path he walks, I will follow. I've chosen to trust Musashi's judgment in all matters.
Ori departed. Give me every ounce of power that you have. In return.
Then get going, Onimusha.
Please release date. Please. Yes. Okay. There we go. As long as it isn't delayed, I'm okay.
We can't wait to get our hands on Onimusha: Way of the Sword this September. But you won't have to wait
I'm just
long
glad
to try it
Fable fell
yourself.
out, so I get my,
Here's one more
Pokemon
update.
Poco
Yeah,
from
you
the
got
store.
hooked up. Yep. I think I drafted this like 8th or 9th or something.
Demo Shadow Drop.
I'm just betting on Capcom with this one. It's on quite a streak.
The combat does look more engaging than
Oh,
your
yeah.
usual hack and slash, for sure.
Yeah, I think it was at Gamescom last year that people got to play it, and that's why I drafted it, because the previews were like glowing. Okay. We're about due for the God of War trilogy here, I think, if they're going to show it. This isn't it, obviously, but...
No. This looks like the new Silent Hill.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey! Who's there?
I think freeing this series up from taking place in Silent Hill itself is probably the right call here.
Did you see that Capcom's talking about doing a Resident Evil in Japan?
Where did you go?
This week they've been talking about it.
Why not?
Why haven't they?
Something doesn't feel right. Zoe? I'm sorry, Zoe?
What are you doing here?
And he's like, what the hell am I doing here? Oh, man.
What the hell is that?
There's more of them.
Just another Wednesday in Scotland.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm so sorry.
Hmm. 24th.
It really seems like that is maybe the story of a
target is the
town
front gate of
becoming
the capital of our homeland,
the kind of
the Federation of
falling
Central
victim to
Asia.
whatever happened
We
to
will
Silent
storm
Hill.
from the sea
you
and
guys-
take
you
the
get to kind of
capital
see it
back from
happen.
our enemy.
I'm excited for this one. I'm probably
See you
the
in the
only
next
person, but I do love
The
an Ace
one whose
Combat.
rear will have
I think we're going to get a release date before the end of the year here.
Back on the continent needs something to hold on to. Some sort of symbol that inspires hope.
We will be in visual
Silent
range
Hill
of
is
the
one
land
day
battleship
before
soon.
Onimusha.
Yep, 9/24. Yep, the day before Onimusha.
Maybe this will be the day after.
Enemy artillery
Maybe.
is
It's
flying.
possible.
Where's Wings when you actually need him, huh? All units return
I
to
love all the
base.
people like, I'm in September.
Where are you going, Constantine?
They're all going to be
Not
before
anywhere near
November.
GTA. Yeah.
That's where the Wings of Thief comes in. The legendary savior. Dee wants the legendary savior to get as much publicity as possible. The more exposure, the better.
Cannon firing.
Yeah, this one gets rated by Peggy, I think. So it's probably coming out pretty soon.
Stay put, Joker One.
I like in August.
The Wings of Thieves.
That makes sense.
We'll come to you.
And it's been a long time since Ace Combat 7. This could absolutely be done.
The Terminus fingers.
What, the imposter?
I would also love to see them
Genuine
remastered.
isn't always about telling people
Very hard
the truth.
All right.
I remember that. You can only get the modern version of 6 and 5 by pre-order 7.
Wow.
I think never released 5 separately on PlayStation.
Wow.
This is the only way to get that,
We'll find out soon enough.
which I did, but like everyone should be able
Yeah,
to
like,
play it.
don't you want to make money?
Weird. Like, you spent the time and money to make it. I mean, maybe they did make numbers, but for a long time, as far as I know, the only way
You couldn't get
them
them.
was you had to get high
Here we
buy.
go, Rex. Let's go, Rex.
These skies belong to you, Rex. Go take what's yours.
What I'd love is a full release of, or remake maybe of Electrosphere, which never came here in its full version.
No, really. Oh, there it is. 10-2.
皆さんこんに
Getting
ちは。
a little close to the GTA
Yeah.
fracas, but I guess you can.
If there's one franchise that's going to be safe,
Yeah, not a replacement.
This might be it.
2026年10月2日、アーリーアクセスは9月29日になります。今回
Early
の映像で
access
は
September.
皆さんがエース
Pay
コ
us
マンデート
$100
に
for the
直面
plane
する
game
出
and
来
play
事
3 days early.
一つ一つ
Yeah,
に
I
カット
see
に
it.
意味を持たせて約2分にギュッと詰め込んでいます。
I saw someone say in chat that you'll be able to pay to play the Tomb Raider early.
Tiny blip, you absolutely do not need a flight stick to play this game. You can, like, I'm not gonna say don't, but like you can play this with a controller absolutely fine.
I've actually never played this franchise with a flight stick.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Yeah.
Like, it supports it. It's better that way if you like planes, but no, the controller is 100% fine for race combat.
Yeah.
Oh, good. There we go.
There it is.
Bonus for Zero.
Yeah.
Zero is one of the best ones. Zero, definitely go for that.
パッケージ版には早期購入特典としてエースコンバットゼロザ・ベルカンウォーの移植版がつくことになりました。
Early purchase bonus for the physical version. Okay. Yeah, that is definitely something to look into.
That's a nice bonus.
That's a very good one.
お知らせした通り発売まではあと少しです。出撃の準備を整えてお待ちください。ありがとうございました。
I mean, they're all good. Almost all of it.
Yeah.
The only one I didn't really love was 4. Growing Pains. On the new system.
Saber.
Right. You're gone with a bloody ash. Fast and Furious. Need for Speed. Burnout.
Saber, I don't think we'll have any of those.
What does Saber do?
Not racing game.
Not usually. No. I mean, I think it's inspired by all the things I just listed.
Yeah.
I wonder what it actually is. Knight Rider. Okay.
Oh my god!
Did not see that coming.
Are you kidding me?
I think there's a new series coming.
Really?
I think there was some Knight Rider project in the works.
I did not know that.
Oh no, he's being attacked by the Dreadnoughts. And here comes Mad Max.
What the hell?
Back to, what is this, like some kind of crossover?
Seriously,
what is this, some kind of crossover episode?
What the hell is this?
Like a 80s racing game? Like crossover thing?
Great take. Think we got
Steven Spielberg's movie maker?
It's a great trailer.
Stuntman
Hollywood.
With actual movie.
Wow.
That is an interesting way to go with that. Saber, of course, Saber. Yeah, they've done that. I hate those games, and I might try that one.
Yeah. It's a unique concept. Hard to find anymore.
You play the Back to the Future theme, you get me to do a lot of things I might not normally do.
Yep.
Are you drunk or something? Do him up and show him out. But he's still weak, so be careful.
What's going on?
Save your ammo.
Die, bastard.
Ew.
And you're tough. Surprisingly lively for someone who just came out of a coma.
If you want to survive, you gotta hustle. You fell from the moon.
I will help you, but you must not go there.
I'll take my chances. Turns out I'm a lucky man.
This game looks crazy.
But death.
Oh, wow. Oh. Holy moly. Oh my god, this game is insane.
Wolverine could use some of this.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Munfish. Should have guessed.
Something is coming. I have to go. It felt like an earthquake. But it was just a paperclip.
Are we gonna get a release date for this?
Falling off a
Control
desk.
Resonant?
The tiniest
I
tremor
hope so.
before the main
I need
event.
this one too.
Jesse.
I know what they put you through.
Yeah, I don't know when
You
else
never
you
had a
announced
chance.
that.
Yeah,
If
should
not
be right here.
Two days before the lockdown fell, an uncategorized resonance appeared in Manhattan. As things stand right now, Dylan, you're our only shot at survival.
You are not FBC. You're not even fucking human.
The FBC locked me in that cell for years and forgot about me. The hiss, it was a way out.
People can change. The past doesn't matter. Who are you today?
Yes.
A lot of stuff happened in September.
Seriously. So wait a minute. Same day as Silent Hill Townfall, and the day before Onimusha. What the heck are they thinking?
Well, I think they're going to try to keep their losing streak going.
Seriously. But my fantasy team, I'm very happy that it's coming.
You might want to push that a week or two in one direction or the other, I think.
Yeah. Marathon.
Darkness. For those without eyes to see. A canvas, blank and vast. Secrets buried in shallow graves.
This is Marathon's last gasp. If they got something to show, they should show it right here.
Yeah, I'm not seeing what
cried
is
out in my sleep.
different here.
No.
A warning. A hunter's...
Don't be artsy about it, guys. Tell us
Seriously.
why we want to play this now.
I think it would have been better if they just brought Bungie out and Bungie talked about it.
Yeah.
Instead of showing this trailer.
And maybe they still will.
It's possible, but...
Do you crave endless life?
What? Is that them saying, like, you're not gonna die as often as you used to? I mean...
Alright.
That...
The dangerous and cutthroat world of Marathon expands today with its second
we go.
season, Nightfall. And if you haven't checked out Marathon yet, Bungie announced an open trial period for the launch of Season 2. You'll also be able to pick up Marathon at a discount.
Just make it free.
Now,
It's
let's take
over.
a look at what's
Make
coming
it free.
soon to
It's like
PlayStation
10
Plus.
bucks, I think.
Up first, a beloved fantasy
Good
world
job,
is
everyone
finally
who bought
coming
it
to
for
PlayStation
40
for the first
a
time.
month and a half ago.
RuneScape Dragon Wilds is an open world survival game where you rise from survivor to dragon slayer.
Right.
Play solo or with friends as
I mean,
you explore
RuneScape. I haven't
Ashenfall,
heard
a
that name in a
beautiful,
while.
Yeah.
dangerous new frontier in the RuneScape universe, where power
People
is
always used
earned
to
and
email
every
us
action
at
deepens your
XPlay
mastery.
demanding that we review RuneScape. And we just be like,
With
"It's
magic at your
free.
command,
Just go play
Yeah,
it."
cross
go
deadly
check it out.
terrain,
Who cares what we
mass
think about
forage
it?
in seconds, uncover hidden paths, and outmatch
Like the game was
brutal
older than the
monsters.
show. Like, just go play
Right.
it.
Craft stronger
Some
gear,
people just wanted to
master
see their
magic,
favorite game
melee,
reviewed on
and ranged
XPlay.
combat,
You know? I was at a wedding
push
last
deeper
night,
into
and there was an
uncharted
XPlay fan
regions of
there.
Gillinor.
He's like, I watched
Build a
G4
home
every
together,
day
farm the
for
land,
years.
and fish the waters.
He's like, I can't believe I finally
Look at
met
yours.
somebody that worked on it.
RuneScape Dragon Wilds arrives day 1 on PlayStation Plus later this year.
We're running out of time here. 15 minutes left.
Next up, here's a preview of games coming to the Classics catalog over the next few months. In June, battle colorful enemies
Oh,
with
wow.
musical
Guitaru
instruments.
Man.
Guitaru Man, one of the
I remember
most
this is
stylish
the game I
rhythm
was
games
working
from
on
the
the review
PS2
of when
era.
you were hired.
Oh, I remember Ryan Davis loved this franchise.
I love this game.
Yeah. And he was reviewing this game when I was laid off.
In July,
and then I got the
Psyops
job
the
at Tech
Mindgate
TV.
Conspiracy joins the Classics catalog. This PS2
oh,
action
that's a
adventure
good one.
mixes
I like
running
Psyops.
gameplay with psychic powers.
It's just surprising to me that they're spending
And
time
finally,
on this
Onimusha
in
Dawn
their
of Dreams, a Capcom
big
classic
June
from
state of
2006,
play.
launches later this year in August.
All right, it's time to pick up the pace. Here we go. Here's a PlayStation game.
Akashima Island.
Uh-oh. Another service game.
By dark stories. Our goal, confront the evil, corrupting paradise. This is Dead True International.
Live service zombie game.
Come on, let's get a photo together.
Over! Rotate it on that one.
A for effort, dude.
Who's the buff idiot?
Does no one know this guy?
This is how villains are made.
Oh, you two haven't met yet, right?
Sebastian.
That
Couple of
guy all
coffee.
cross-eyed.
Roland, whenever you're ready.
This facility has been shut down for decades. Uninvestigated, untold.
So it's like another choose-your-own horror
Yeah, I was
adventure?
gonna say, is this like a supermassive kind of thing?
Looks like it. Until Dawn 2 Swanland saying.
Did you hear that?
But Fire Sprite's making it?
Yeah.
Nate, are you out there?
Oh.
Again, Wolverine.
Yeah,
use some of that.
Right! I have a bad feeling.
Let's get rid of it.
Grip it tight.
No! He's coming!
Take a deep breath.
Fuck! Which way?
Steady the mind.
We're gonna have to jump!
There's rocks down there!
Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
Do what needs to be done.
Don't push Luke is the what I'm taking from that.
Yeah, Until Dawn 2, good call. So Sony owns that IP.
Yeah.
I guess I couldn't get Supermassive
I'm
to
Stu
make.
Tilley, creative director of
Supermassive's
Firesprite
got their own
Games,
things to do.
and I
Yeah.
hope you enjoyed the first look at our brand new installment of Until Dawn. In Until Dawn 2, a successful crew of ghost hunters who fake all their best content come face to face with real horrors for the very first time.
Whenever you're ready.
Having just signed a deal with a major TV network, they visit an abandoned tropical island. But beneath that beautiful surface hides dreadful, heartbreaking secrets, centuries old.
Graphics
and
in this
hungry
game
for
are not up
vengeance.
to PlayStation first-party
We're looking forward
standards.
to sharing more
No,
details about
that's kind
this
of what
very
these
soon,
games look like.
ahead
Yeah.
of release in
At least you can see
2027.
everything.
Yeah,
Thank you.
2027.
Now we have one more game to show, and it is something special.
Are you kidding
This is a
me?
brand new title debuting with more than 20 minutes of uninterrupted gameplay. So turn
What?
up the volume, sit back, and enjoy.
It's got to be God of War.
Most likely.
Okay. It's a mourning dove. Are they going to show the game or? Yeah. Now the question is, which one?
Well, it's considering her humming, I assume it's her game.
Yeah. I knew they were going to show this.
Well, you burned a minute of the 20 minutes on a black screen, so I don't know.
You are free.
It's got to be frustrating to have everything leak early. Mm-hmm. Seriously. I'm sure they were just like, man.
Kratos!
So wait a minute. She's warped back in time?
She's dead.
Right.
She's in the afterlife.
So, oh, she's in the afterlife? This isn't going back in time?
I don't think so. Because he burned her,
right?
You know, and she rose up and went into whatever.
The ether.
She clearly remembers being killed.
You know where I am?
Yeah, this girl, I've seen her in pop culture stuff.
Oh yeah, she's from Daredevil. What was it?
But I haven't seen her do anything for a while.
Deborah Woll, I think. She's a big RPG person.
Oh really?
She like DMs. Like she's a huge Dungeons and Dragons
I didn't
player.
get to say goodbye.
Got quite a double jump.
Yeah. Very different from Kratos.
Yeah, someone's like a fairy.
This
She's a
definitely
frost
isn't the
giant.
light of Alfheim.
Yeah, so she's an Alfheim. Her version of Afterlife, apparently. Or, who knows, I mean, the mythology is pretty malleable when
Yeah.
it comes to all that.
Yeah, so how does she get back in time? Maybe it's not a prequel.
I don't know if she's back in time.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be a mid-quel side story. The only thing with the prequel thing is like when it's, game centered on Kratos' wife, you assume it's a prequel because she's dead at the beginning of the first game. But like,
it could just be her in the afterlife.
Yeah, this is the story of what happens to her after she dies.
Right.
That's a different thing. And I assume if they're doing that, then that is sort of that whatever happens in this is going to sort of intersect with what the next full installment is 2034.
Whenever, if I'm alive still.
Shouldn't have been that difficult.
Well, I hope my afterlife is better than this one. That's all I gotta say.
Well, the Norse afterlife is not for wusses.
No.
Armor. Good idea.
Got a weird animal sidekick.
Sorry, dead guy, but we're taking your shoes.
So it also almost sounds like somebody got a glimpse of this, saw it was fake, and just assumed it had to be a prequel, but didn't really know.
It'd be hard to know if you hadn't seen the beginning of that.
Right. Yeah.
We don't really know a ton about her anyway.
Right.
Now, how about a way out?
I mean, the line between the living and the dead in this series is thin. I mean, how many times has Kratos died?
Right. Yeah. And gone to the afterlife, and come back.
Come back and killed the person who killed him, and then got killed again, and then
Yeah.
Guess I'll find my own way from here. That mask. No, it can't be. It's not possible. If there's another mask, their path isn't safe. I have to find a way back.
seems to be somehow related to what killed her. We also don't know
Come from the eagle onslaught. Mount the gates.
Speaking Mongolian. So this is where we run into other pantheons.
Wow.
This game looks crazy.
That creature.
You can't trust high elves.
This is insane.
Kid. Let him go.
She definitely did not go to the good afterlife.
It looks like these guys are invading.
Yeah. What the heck?
It ain't Norse. Much more East Asian look. What are the Egyptian gods up to?
I have no idea what's going on.
Building some kind of coalition of other pantheons or something?
Yeah.
Another mask.
This is important to you. I wonder, do you think this could set you free?
You touch me again, and I swear, I will kill you.
Would you like to see how hard it is to die here, Godly? I can show you.
You can't keep me here.
The gateway is closed. There is no escape.
Wasn't this one of the places you couldn't go in the first game?
Resisting.
I don't remember.
Explain why.
This is crazy.
Just more pain.
Sekhmet.
No. Betsy.
Yeah, Sekhmet.
I will handle that problem. You deal with our new pet.
What is going on? This is insane. Looks like she can just slip right through those.
Okay. I think they're gone.
Just be careful.
Fresh air.
Oh, there's the gelatinous cube.
There's the gelatinous cube that was in the leak.
You're a cube. Talking. You know what? It doesn't matter. How do we get out of here?
Yeah.
What
we tried.
the F?
There's no way
I
out.
wonder if that was one of the things that attracted her to it,
About the
because of the D&D thing.
Maybe. Remember that was the one thing that I said I thought maybe it was fake because they were talking about a gelatinous cube.
There's room for anything in this series.
Yeah.
A way out, but you're not
Like
even.
one of the things that the 2018 reboot pretty much passively established is that all mythology is real in this world.
Yeah.
So that means everything.
It's like you're holding
Tiamat
something
might
back.
show up for all we know.
This isn't working.
Where are we anyway?
Afterlife of the gods.
Just resurrect that giant otter.
I call it the everyone.
Afterlife of the gods.
Afterlife of the gods. Great.
So, what's
So they're
the
all
plan,
there because
boss?
they're all dead gods.
Not your boss, Frank.
3 guesses who killed them all.
Yeah.
That cask. That's why you're trapped.
Yeah. Wait, you made that big explosion happen, right? Could you do that again?
I can't take this
My
seriously.
magic.
She's talking to a gelatinous cube.
You talk to a giant snake that holds the world up on its
One
back.
out, right?
I mean,
I think we all want that.
We definitely do.
fate.
As
You
the
need to
Dungeon
accept
Master
it.
is fond of saying, it's
All of
magic.
it.
I ain't got to explain shit.
Yeah.
You're dead.
How? How do I accept that?
Simple. Focus. You're here. Be here.
But what if I need to be somewhere else?
Then focus on what you do need.
Find your way home.
Hey, that's it. What were you thinking of?
A promise.
Okay, we'll take it. Now let's get out of here.
Okay. Get ready.
Wait! Not a good idea. Bad idea.
Kratos.
Oh.
Kratos.
Not him.
You're gonna need to turn on your magical realism sensors for this one.
Yeah.
Line needed.
There comes a
think you
cube
should
to
give
save
her
the
the sword.
day.
How do I know I can trust her? I'll give it back. I promise. Okay.
I
Take
can't
it.
imagine the pitch meeting at Sony Santa Monica where somebody pitched the gelatinous cube. Everyone was like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
It is a great idea.
You think?
100%.
Why?
It's completely different from everything that came before. They're on game number 8.
That, just don't do something different doesn't make it okay. Just because...
That's called innovation, as I recall.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of weirder things in this series. You have a talking head for a sidekick. For
That's not as weird as a gelatinous cube.
I don't think it is.
It just doesn't make any sense.
It's a gelatinous cube. What doesn't make sense about
Not
it?
until I get you out.
I don't need
I literally would have picked anything else.
That's why you're not Sony Santa Monica.
Maybe. I don't know. I think you'll see the response to this here in the next couple days.
I don't think the gelatinous cube is going to be the negative response.
Really?
Not at all.
Well, people complain it's a girl.
No,
I'm not talking about the chuds.
I'm not talking about that either. I'm talking about that gameplay is a very strong word for what they have shown here.
Yeah.
This is the first actual real gameplay of anything.
No, they showed her fighting those other people.
Yeah, but that was tutorial shit without her like abilities activated. This is what the game is.
Yeah.
She's got her magic back, and she's got her sidekick setting her up with the air combo. The rest of this was pretty bland cutscene stuff. Like, it's cool to see the other gods show up. But like,
Wait, are they doing the Halo 4 thing there? Where the enemies are linked together and you have to kill one before you can kill the other?
it kind of looks like those things are, yeah.
I got a promise to keep.
Fine, but lady, that
But
sword
I'm
is
more
than
willing
you
to
think it
forgive
is.
that with hack and slash than for shooting.
Yeah.
Are y'all ready? I will kill you.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Gotham.
It's also like perfect timing in the sense that there's some strong Rocky.
Try again.
Like stranded person befriends non-human like thing like that is it's hot.
You don't know what you wield.
Point.
I can't take this game seriously, man.
Well, good, because none of these games are serious.
It feels like it's fake. Like this is an April Fool's joke.
I don't know why you're reacting to this like that.
Because it's a freaking gelatinous cube!
So what?
You're scared of this.
This whole series is about the craziest shit you've ever seen.
Yeah, but it's still so much... It's just dumb. It feels lazy, I guess.
Because everybody does gelatinous cubes these days?
No, because you didn't have to do anything but make a cube that with the voice work. You don't have to animate a human, you don't have to develop them.
But look at the animation. They are absolutely animated.
Well, of course.
There's a lot of stuff happening there. There's two voices, and, and obviously they're holding some kind of secret. This sword is something. And you're going to upgrade it, and it'll be different things. And
Don't give up.
I don't give up.
And also remember, there's not a lot of rules when it comes to the gelatinous cube, so you can make that thing do anything, which is an advantage over just you've got another humanoid sidekick like Atreus, and you have to sort of figure out something different for him to do rather than shoot arrows.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably transform into somebody eventually, be my guess. There's like a soul trapped in it or something.
Well, it's clearly two souls trapped.
Yeah.
Sophie.
It is. There's the cube next to her.
Get used to the cube. The cube is civilization.
Oh my gosh. Is that really it? They're not going to do one more thing? Maybe.
Doesn't seem like it. What would it be?
God of War Trilogy remake, I guess. But they would have separated those games.
That would have been before that.
Yeah.
Or maybe even earlier.
Or Intergalactic.
Again, it's too soon for
Or fair game. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff like that.
It is surprisingly fair game.
Yeah. I think it's going to be canceled.
I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
But
I think it's going to get canned. They're still not ready to show it at this point?
They just retitled it.
Yeah.
I do feel like it's probably time to cut bait on that game.
Mm-hmm. That looks like
it's not even in here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. That's really it.
PlayStation.
Wow.
PlayStation.
Well, there you go. There's the Sony State of Play for not E3 2026 / Summer Game Fest 2026. I've been taking notes, and I would put an asterisk next to the games that I wanted to talk about after it was over.
Mm-hmm.
And I marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. And I was a little generous. So the first one, well, actually, let's just jump straight to chat here. Let's get chat's impressions of this. Let's get the letter grade from chat right now for this. I'm interested to see this.
No, they're way ahead of you.
Oh, wow, they're way ahead. Wow, look at you guys. Wow. C, D, C+. B-. Oh, we got some B's here. Liberal hack D-, B, D-. Let's scroll up so we can see all of these. Erebus Jones, the cube is Jack Quaid. Talk about a crap compound V side effect. Who the heck is Laufey? Actually, what is Laufey?
Laufey is Loki's father in mythology. He's that's his name, Loki Laufey's son.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Obviously not in this or whatever, unless he's not really Kratos' son, which I don't think is ever implied.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Laufey is the leader of the Frost Giants, who is his biological father.
So Laufey's in the cube?
Could be.
Maybe.
That's not at all
right.
Impossible.
Yeah.
She could also be Laufey, for all we know, because the Frost Giants do tend to change gender. I mean, At one point, Loki turns into a horse, a female horse, and is impregnated by another horse and gives birth.
Oh my god!
In the Edda. So
wow.
And I believe that is the horse he gives birth to is Sleipnir, who is Odin's 8-legged steed.
Oh, interesting.
I might be mixing those up somehow, but I'm pretty sure that's what that mythology is.
Over on YouTube, Jose Reyes D, The Legacy XC. Draylock says crazy that this was shown in theaters. I didn't even realize that they did that.
Oh, they did? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that they did that.
That's interesting.
Veritas can't play it on PC, so F. SNK Endgame.
I tell you, that is the disappointing thing about Wolverine to some degree, is like if it ever came to PC, you could mod in the dismemberment.
Yeah. I still wonder if maybe that's something they're holding to show later on.
Why would you do
that? I know.
It's
I'm just
3 months away.
I'm grasping at straws here. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't get it. ETH Demon D at best. Emperor Dread C+, Vincent. Solid B from Vincent. Okay. God of Gamblers D, Emperor Gestalt 84 a C. JM Rain, I would give it a C+. Justin Horman and John Malkovich's Russian voice. I leave unsatisfied. A, B, or C, you guys are far too generous from Silk Snake. Liberal Hack D-, Swanland B-, Zed Saber B-.
My sister texted me to say that in mythology, Loki is Loki's mother.
Oh.
I might be thinking of Marvel lore. So that's literally just her.
Okay. Silk Snake says a Y for yawn. Dazzle 369 a D. Big Smoke 82 says it was better than I expected. Interesting. If you think it's lower, you don't realize it's 2026 and games don't come out at the pace they used to. I mean, that is a good point,
especially
Vincent.
Especially
not PlayStation.
Also, like, that can be true, and I still can be unimpressed by it.
Yeah, that's totally true. Yep. Khalib Twalai a C. Threadzilla B-. Nobody's gone above a B- yet that I've seen. G-Style 2000 B-. Squishy Muffin, glad I skimmed it. ETH Demon D. Erebus Jones a D. Big Smoke an A. Big Smoke 82, the first A. The first anything higher than a B-. Cinetype C+. Timezini C-. Slagathor a C, sandwiched between two A's. All right. Talimper C. There will be another one later in the year. That's true. But this is like the big one. This is the big E3 time period one. A C from El Guapo 3385. A B. Oh, there's a solid B from Supermaster Gamer. But generally, it seems like if we averaged all this out, it would probably be a flat C or a C-. Is that what you would say from viewers? Yeah.
Looks like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd probably give it a C.
I'd give it a C-. Even
C for cube.
Yeah, there you go. And I'll give it the C- for the cube. I would probably give it like a C-. We should have known right at the beginning when they started showing some of those smaller, and we kind of did pick up on it. They're like, wait a minute, this is kind of going sideways already.
This is somewhat what I expected it to be.
Yeah. I thought we'd get one other big first-party game, and I'm not sure which one it would have been, but either Intergalactic or God of War Trilogy.
At best, I thought it was going to be sandwiched with Wolverine and God of War, and then you'd probably get Fair Games in the middle there. We didn't even get that. But not that I wanted to see Fair Games. Like, I kind of maybe bump it up because I didn't have to watch the Fair Games presentation.
Yeah.
Probably gets a little bit of a bump for Ace Combat, I guess, because I do like that.
Halo to Starscream, you guys are smoking something easily a B or higher. Okay.
I mean, nothing that I need a PlayStation to play, other than those first
Wolverine and God of War. I mean, I'll just
probably
say
Ace Combat's not on PC. I don't know.
No, I think it is.
7 was.
Yeah, I think it is. It'll be on PC. Big Smoke A2. At very least, everyone is going to be talking about the cube. That's for sure. You'll definitely get people talking. No doubt about that. They showed 2 new first-party games. If you think something's off with Until Dawn 2. I mean, Until Dawn 2 is like literally like their D-tier first-party franchise. Like, it's on the edge of not even being considered a first-party.
Well, they don't consider it that. Yeah. They consider it a B-list at worst.
Yeah.
I mean, they made a movie out of it.
Yeah. Liberal Hack, when the last time they did a showcase, they don't do them because they don't have anything, which is the problem. Yeah, that's true. Yep. They don't do them because people like me are going to complain when they do them. Vincent says, because no one can have anything unless you show games that are 5 years out, which is its own problem. Yeah. Erebus says, everything is 2027, not dated, underwhelming, and ages away. Yep. Okay, so let's quickly just go through a few of the things that I highlighted, Matt. First one, obviously, is Wolverine. What are your impressions of that? Other than the fact that we were both surprised that it's crazy violent with no dismemberment.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, you see that one shot there, he rips the guy in half, but that guy seems to be some kind of a robot or cyborg or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure that's why the Reavers are the main enemy in this, because it gives them cybernetic limbs you can cut off and not have to worry about cutting actual limbs off.
ESRB.
But it's like you're already sort of there, so why not do that? I mean, maybe it's a...
See, he cut his arm off.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's like
arm.
There's blood coming out, but it's a robot arm.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
But I don't think we've seen an actual organic arm come off.
Yeah, I don't think we have.
Which is
That's
weird.
just straight up, like, organic. You're right. Yeah. So that's a little off-putting, but what about everything else?
Seems fine.
I thought the combat looked awesome.
Looked good. It's interesting that they did go out of their way to call it a straight-up action-adventure game, so definitely...
No RPG stuff.
No RPG stuff, no...
definitely not open world
stuff.
Yep.
Which is fine.
Yeah, I'm totally cool with that.
Need to be that.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's Wolverine Uncharted.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't go that far, because we're going to talk about a game here in a minute that is very similar to Uncharted, and having just spent, like, almost 20 hours with that game, like, that's Uncharted. To me, this isn't. The combat in this is way better than Uncharted. I think the traversal is way better, too.
But the structure is Uncharted.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Or God of War, or recent God of War games. It's definitely not open world.
Well, God of War is open world as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Close enough. I mean, I got to get in a boat and go to another island and wander around the island and find I mean, it's all continuous for the most part.
Yeah.
This is gonna be
compartmentalized.
much more linear.
Yeah. That's what I think, too. But I think the combat looks amazing. Like that one shot where he threw an enemy off of a platform and then jumped off of the platform and then continued the combo in midair.
Now, I'm not sure that's an actual gameplay thing.
You think that was a cinematic?
That looked like a cinematic.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think...
Because I thought it was. I thought that was really cool. It was like the coolest thing I saw in the...
The camera was too off for that.
You
I think
so?
that was a cinematic.
Well, that stinks.
Now, I don't know if it wasn't a thing that you can do in gameplay, but it looked to me like something you maybe like pressed, like a throw almost. Like you press the button and did that, and he does it automatically. It's not like something you did like manually, like an air combo in a fighting game.
Yeah. But the environmental elements of the combat as well, being able to throw, and again, that's something that's also in a game that we're going to talk about here in a minute. But there's not enough games that do that really make the environment part of the combat, and it looks like this game is doing that too. So that kind of stood out for me from other Insomniac games. But it does appear kind of rote, but that's okay. I love Wolverine. Like, I haven't played a good Wolverine game in, how long has it been? 15 years? 12 years?
I think longer than that since Origins came out.
Yeah. So, whatever. Like, it may look a little bit derivative, but the stuff that they showed that is different, I think is really freaking cool, and I love this character. So, I'm all over this game, and there's still so much mystery left to it as well. Like, they barely showed the cards in their hand in that presentation that they showed. So, I don't think my hype level has gone down any for this at all. I'm still very excited for it. And definitely one of my most anticipated games left for 2026. Also was not delayed, which is great. So yeah, I think it's looking good. Couple concerns, but I'm a gameplay first guy, so seeing a focus on the combat definitely rung true with me. So
I mean, you pretty much have to with Wolverine.
Yep.
That's his whole thing.
That's kind of the whole thing. Yep. The next game I wanted to discuss is Tomb Raider: Legacy of Atlantis, which is a remake of the original Tomb Raider. It is coming out on February 12th. Obviously, a gigantic step up from what we've seen before, from definitely the first Tomb Raider, but also, I would argue, from even the last three games, the most recent trilogy.
Yeah, that remains to be seen.
Yeah? You didn't think it looked better than those games?
I mean, visually it looks better, but was the game any better? I don't know. Like, you're still basing it on, I think, one of the most overrated games of all time. Doesn't bear any resemblance to it. It's not, it's not a weird ticky-tacky platform, like, torture device like the original Tomb Raider was.
Yeah.
But we'll see. You got to make it an engaging sort of like a gameplay experience like the last trilogy was. Because there's not a lot of meat there in terms of story or character. Like, I've been thinking about that in terms of the new Tomb Raider series, TV series coming out.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, when you remove Lara Croft from the game, when there's no gameplay involved, what's the point?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's nothing there. The character is nothing. The character, Lara Croft is a complete cipher.
I mean, other than the fact that she's like an archaeologist.
But she's
That's
not.
It. Yeah,
she's
you're
a
right.
thief.
Yeah, she really is.
And they don't even know what to do with that now. And on top of that, like, one of the things that's cool about Indiana Jones is he's a professor or whatever, but he's also sort of an everyman dude, like a rough and tumble sort of like guy in a jacket and a hat, and he's gonna punch you out because that's what he does, man. Whereas she's literally landed gentry.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the most like significant character trait she has in the original 3 games is she's a dick to her butler.
Right.
Like, that's about it.
That's true.
And so when you remove Tomb Raider from sort of the gameplay element of playing the game, there's nothing there. Like, it's not a compelling character, it's not a compelling setting, it's not a compelling world. It's just Indiana Jones, we didn't get the license, and Uncharted was sort of like, hey, what if we did Tomb Raider, but we made the set pieces actually playable, and the person you played as was a really interesting character.
Right.
And
it does feel like they've maybe tweaked the plot or something a little bit. Like,
maybe.
it doesn't seem quite as ham-fisted.
But they're still trying to
that's
make
the trailer.
They're still trying to make her like some kind of like woman of mystery,
Right.
hard to, internationally. But again, she's literally a titled English woman. Like what's interesting about that? Like it's like she just apparently decided it'd be more interesting to go break into ancient artifacts than have a job.
Right.
Seems to be sort of what.
Well, I think she's wealthy already.
Absolutely.
Like,
That's what I mean. She's
gilded.
Like, it's the ultimate nepo baby. And her dad, in a lot of the continuities, was like the world explorer. Like, so she's literally just her dad's daughter, inherited everything and decided to go steal some relics.
Yeah.
Which is not a very interesting premise for a character, but it is a pretty interesting premise for like a video game.
Yeah.
So it's always weird to me that people try to make other media out of Tomb Raider, because I don't think it really lends itself. The interesting part of Tomb Raider is finding your way through these contraptions and puzzles and platforming and action sequences.
Yeah.
And at least this one seems to understand that. There is a lot of potential in the original Tomb Raider games in terms of like setting and location and set piece opportunity that the others just, again, when I think
the first one is particularly ridiculous because
it was the dinosaur.
Right.
But I mean, when I think of those original games, I don't think of that. I think of standing on the very edge of a square and hoping that like
you actually
pressing the jump
it.
button at the right time is going to get me far enough to grab the next square. And if you don't, you have to wait.
You have
30
to go
seconds,
80 squares back.
Or you just fall and die, and you got to wait 30 seconds for the PlayStation to reload the damn game.
That's true.
Because you can only save at little specific points. Like, so anything's an improvement, but I don't know. Like, it looks fine.
Yeah. The next game that caught my eye, Stuntman Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
It looks the Stuntman. How long has it been since we've had a Stuntman game?
Quite a couple generations.
Yeah. And this one is really cool because it just mashes up a bunch of pop culture properties.
They got a lot of licenses, which is a good way to go.
It'll be interesting to see how many they have. Because if they have like 5 or 6,
I want to say everything I saw on that was Universal related.
Oh, okay.
So it might have been like a
that should be a lot,
which is plenty. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would also get you Fast and the Furious.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, I guess if that was legitimately Mad Max, then that's Warner Brothers.
Right.
I don't know. It's interesting.
I hope they tweak it though, because I do remember the Stuntman games. There was a lot of trial and error.
Oh, those games suck.
They really
I
did.
hate those games. It's just
I'm surprised they're bringing it back.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder.
I mean, they brought back Bubsy.
I wonder what kind of tweaks they'll have. Yeah, but at least Bubsy plays properly. Like Stuntman's just like, because part of the thing that bugged me about Stuntman was like, that's not how stunts work.
Right.
Like, you don't just like drive into chaos and sort of hope you get something. They're all incredibly controlled.
Oh yeah.
And like
down to the millimeter.
And that is actually more interesting to me than like guy drives in while things blow up and hopes he hits the ramp properly.
Yeah.
And then you got to redo it because you didn't get the rating high enough or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, that's not how anything works.
Yeah.
I think the licenses are going to help it, but hopefully they have found a way to make it play a little less obnoxiously, because I thought, to me, the original Stuntman, at first the old Stuntman games were like if somebody made an entire game out of the driving test and driver.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, I don't want to do that.
That's what it was.
That's not
That's really what it
interesting
was.
to me.
Yep. So I think that's auspicious at least, but it is made by Saber, and Saber's got some reputation for the jank, so we'll see. But yeah, Stuntman Hollywood, believe it or not, one of the highlights of the Sony State of Play. I can't believe I'm talking about this game.
You got Back to the Future and Knight Rider.
Yeah, that'll do it for me. Next game that caught my eye is Ill. I mean, after watching and rooting for Gore and Wolverine, and then Ill just delivered it. It looks like, what was the game that came out not that long ago that was just like a walking simulator with just god-awful things happening? It was like it was a launch game for Xbox Series.
Condemned?
No. You're thinking about Xbox 360. But no, it's just literally almost like this H.R. Geiger type thing where like you have this gun that's like made out of like mutated bones and stuff. Maybe someone in chat will remember what it is. It's not Chronos either. I see Eric Carmen has brought it up. Yeah, it was a Xbox Series exclusive at first at launch, and now it's come out for everything. And it didn't sell very well when it came out.
Scorn?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Scorn. Yep. There we go. Thanks, chat. Yeah, and Agony's the same deal. Justin Horman brought it up. It looks like it's in the same vein as those, like these.
Well, those were much slower, clunkier things than what we saw there. I mean,
yeah, it seems like more action.
I mean, Ill doesn't look very interesting to me.
Really?
Like I'm impressed by the gore tech, but like it's just another
violent shooter.
Another horror game.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like
that's where we're at with this state of play. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's like the things that caught my eye in this.
But the interesting part of that is purely like how far over the top they're going with the gore tech, and not like
that it's an interesting game design or plot or anything. Yeah.
I'm just looking at that and being like, I wish you'd applied that to, I don't know, like some kind of John Carpenter's The Thing or something. You know, that's more interesting.
Well, the new Hellraiser game kind of is like that.
Yeah.
It's really pushing the envelope, and that's coming out here pretty soon. So anyway, Ill was another one, and then Until Dawn 2. I guess I'm not surprised they're making a sequel to that because
I'm surprised it took so long.
Yeah.
I guess you had to have someone other than Supermassive step in because they just sort of went off on their own path.
Yeah, that's my guess. It took them that long to find the right studio because Fire Sprite, if I remember, originally was working on a shooter.
Yeah, that sounds
I think
right.
they were working on a service game shooter.
I think they were on another service
and
game.
they canceled that, and they kept Fire Sprite. But looking at that game, like, wouldn't you have rather kept the Concord team? Because
in terms of what they can make, if you want to pivot them to something else, probably. But I don't know. I wonder if some of this is part of like Sony's internal initiative to have PlayStation churning out stuff they can turn into movies.
Maybe,
because that does seem to still be something they want to do.
Or maybe
not
it's
that Until Dawn performed for them.
Right.
So I don't know what they're.
Or maybe it's a timing thing where they're just like, we don't want to give it to one of our good first party studios. It'll take
like how much money could that really cost?
Yeah.
You know?
And how much money will it really generate?
Right.
Like it'll maybe sell 3 million units.
Sony's okay with having a B-list team,
Mm-hmm.
like your B Pictures equivalent.
Yeah.
It's a model that really has kind of disappeared in a lot of media and really shouldn't, because it keeps the revenue flowing when your big bets don't pay off.
Yeah, it's true. And then the final game was God of War Laufey, which we just saw at the end there of the state of play, which, again, it's probably the least excited I've been for a God of War after watching its reveal.
I mean,
it looks okay.
I mean, the only reason I would not be excited is just because I feel like I've played enough of that style of gameplay. Because I didn't even finish Ragnarok. I was just sort of over it.
Yeah.
This looks different, at least. And once you throw the other pantheons in, you got my interest. I've been waiting for that to happen with God of War since the beginning. So once you got Egypt in, like, you've got my attention.
I understand why they showed what they did, because you're right. I feel like they needed to set up what it is.
Set everything else. Yeah, I understand.
But it was boring.
It is very slow.
Yeah.
And when you're not the one playing, you don't really have a lot of stakes in play. You'd rather just
and I didn't really see anything in the gameplay that was like groundbreaking or different, really.
I don't think there will be anything.
Other than the cube.
I mean, the cube is kind of your Atreus equivalent, and you can her magic abilities are going to be a bigger part of the game than I mean, you're going to need to come up with something that is as satisfying as throwing that axe into people and pulling it back.
Yeah.
That's a high bar to clear.
Yeah.
And we'll see. But clearly she's more versatile in terms of like, you can make her magic do anything you want eventually once you level up or get different skill trees in play.
Yeah.
That sword is kind of a mystery thing, so it can do anything to some degree. Gelatinous cube can probably form into whatever you need it to form into to do other things, and like I bet you're gonna be using that to solve a lot of environmental puzzles.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
And it's a nice change of pace from Kratos, that's sort of a known quantity. But there is an element of it that kind of feels like you're stalling for the big finale of the third God of War reboot game. You assume from the end of Ragnarok that you're moving into sort of there's one more.
Yeah.
There's one big finale coming, and my guess is that whatever happens in this game, because it seems to be a parallel story with God of War 1 and possibly part of Ragnarok, I imagine whatever she does, whatever happens, is going to dovetail into the end of Ragnarok somehow, and that will be your setup for the big finale of God of War.
It also seems like there might be...
6.
Yeah. It also seems like there might be some connective tissue between this and Kratos, so there may be a chance that Kratos is in this game somehow.
Not a chance in hell.
You don't think so?
I mean, you'll see him in this little dream sequence.
Yeah.
She'll hallucinate him at times. I don't think you will see anything from...
Until the end when they
because,
reunite
again,
or whatever.
This is all going alongside the existing
what he's
games.
already doing.
We already know what he's doing in this
Right.
period of time.
That's true.
I
Well, they could always say he slipped away.
No, they won't do that.
Kratos doesn't slip away.
Kratos don't slip. No. I do think you will see tie-ins with, because he does have nightmares at times in those, and I bet you will. Those will turn out to be have been more significant than he realized or we realized in those games, because I bet those are going to be involved with her, like his dreams about her in the other games will actually have been some kind of contact between her and him that he didn't realize, because he's not really attuned to that kind of thing. You know, a little bit of opposites attract thing happening.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
So I imagine that will be. It will give you different context for the events of God of War and God of War Ragnarok. I bet, and then
which could be cool.
And then and set up a big, whatever the big finale will be in God of War. We're really, really serious. This is the end.
Yeah.
This time.
Yep.
2019, 2029 or whatever. I don't know, 2034 at this rate.
Yeah.
But I bet you're going to set up the PlayStation 6 on this, because also, I think there might be a little bit of like what Guerrilla's doing here, where like we have ideas for the big finale of this series, but we need new tech to pull it off. So you're kind of buying time until the PlayStation 6 gets here.
Any alarm that Intergalactic wasn't shown?
No.
Not worried at all about the project or anything?
No. Naughty Dog's just, that's what they're going to do.
Chugging along like
Also,
it does.
again, I do think this confirms that God of War Lofi is before Intergalactic. So it's probably, Intergalactic's probably a year and a half out.
Insane.
So I think it's just not time to go in hard on Intergalactic yet.
Yeah. So overall, I was pretty disappointed in that state of play. Were you?
No. That's in the sense that I was almost exactly what I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a positive thing actually that we didn't see any new games as a service. Like they didn't reveal some other new fucking thing like that. It's kind of about what I thought they had. I was maybe expecting fair games, and maybe expecting.
I thought there'd be at least 2 more first-party games than there were, but
I mean, there were what, 3, 4?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Marvel Tokon. There was actually quite a few,
4,
but yeah.
So there's Until Dawn 2, Marvel Tokon, God of War, and Wolverine.
Yep.
So they did show 4 first-party games. That's what you wanted
before the next 12 months. I said coming out in the next 12 months. Yeah, but I don't think that's going to be the case. You think God of War next holiday, maybe?
God of War maybe sooner than we might be. They do come out early in the year traditionally, like a March release.
They might have mentioned it if it's coming March, though. I think.
Not this early. I don't think. Because they're probably not sure yet.
That's true.
But I would imagine they're targeting the first half of the year and Intergalactic's the second half of the year.
Yeah. All right, well, there you go. That's the first live thing we've done on GameFace in years. I think it's been literally years since we've done.
Certainly the first one we've done here.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys had fun. I had fun doing it. It was great to interact with you guys. But we still have some show left. I knew that it was going to take the rest of the show to talk about the Sony State of Play, so I have stuff loaded up and ready to go for the rest of GameFace episode 482. And the first one is something very special because, people, we have a new sponsor. We have a new sponsor called Video Game Town. It is a brand new gaming website that focuses on the written word.
You don't see that very often.
No. I think it's a genius idea. And they are a lot like us. They're an independent gaming website. They're just getting on their feet. They're just starting out. And one thing that they're doing is they are, as these publications sadly go out of business, they are finding the best writers from those publications, and they are basically hiring them to create content for Video Game Town. And so they're a brand new sponsor. Once again, we are very lucky to have a sponsor that is something that I believe in. We are so lucky. I've never, ever had to promote something on this show that I didn't like and didn't want to promote. So anyway, Video Game Town, head on over there. Go to videogame.town. That is the URL.
Liquor, sound design, and game writing. The 3 pillars of Shane's life.
Seriously. I mean, it's really insane that it's all worked out this way. It's really awesome.
If the Penguins would like to sponsor, we'd
We'd
be complete.
That'd be great. Yeah. So again, go to videogame.town. I love how you can do all kinds of cool URLs now for websites. Like, maybe I should go back and start looking at what I can do with SIFTD now.
I mean, you always could. Just people didn't because they wanted it to have that sort of structural predictability.
Yeah.
And especially in America, because we get .com, everyone else has to do .com whatever country code.
Yeah.
Because we invented it.
Yeah.
But now, .net's fine. You can do .anything.
Yeah.
You always could do .anything, but now people are less afraid to do it because people don't expect... People, for a long time, the idea was like, oh, if it doesn't say .com, no one's going to understand because they're afraid of URLs.
Or they'll think it's like...
But now everybody knows how that works for
Yeah.
the most part. And you can do whatever you want.
Yep, so head on over to videogame.town and check out their content. Also head on over to their Patreon and support them if you can. But anyway, the sponsorship is really cool because it is going to force us to put one of the biggest headlines at the top of pretty much every episode of GameFace going forward because they are sponsoring something called the Headline of the Week. So now every week on GameFace, we're going to find one story from the week that we're going to focus on a little bit longer and pay a little bit more attention to. And I know a lot of you guys say that you like when we talk about topics and new stuff more than we review games. So for people like that, this is going to be a boon. So for the debut episode of Headline of the Week, we're going to talk about what I think was the biggest headline for this week. And that is, Matt, that there is brand new DLC coming for The Witcher 3. So we heard rumors about this like a couple months ago, and we were like, oh, that seems crazy because the game came out in, 2017? Is that right?
2015.
2015? It's 12 years old. And when did
11 years old
Blood and Wine come out?
I want to say Blood and Wine was 2016. Blood and Wine is 10 years old this year.
Yeah. So this is like the first new content for The Witcher 3 in a decade.
They had new content in, I think, 2023.
Really?
When they did the next-gen upgrade, they added a few things. They added a couple of quests.
Oh,
and
that's right,
they
they
added
did.
some armor.
That's
They
right.
added armor and character looks from the TV show.
That's right, they did.
The
Yeah.
Nilfgaardian armor for the TV show.
Yeah.
The quest that gives you the his armor from that Henry Cavill wears, but it's like ancient Witcher armor. And
Yeah.
stuff.
Well, CD Projekt Red got a little snippy about this when the word started getting out because people were calling it DLC. And CD Projekt Red made a point to go on the record and say, no. When we release DLC, it's what you just mentioned. It's like it's new like cosmetics, new character. Yeah. They're like this
is an
expansion.
Yeah.
With hours and hours of gameplay.
Like I think they may have originally considered making this a standalone.
Right.
You probably could have gotten away, but again, everybody has this game. You might as well, adding new content for it is probably more exciting for most people. You don't, and if you during sales, you can buy this complete game for like $5. So it's like, why not? Why not incorporate the whole thing?
Yeah, seriously. It is made by someone outside of CD Projekt Red. It is made by an external studio. How do you feel about that, Matt?
Again, like I said before, I think everybody kind of knows. Witcher 3 is one of the most influential games of the last 10 plus years.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knows Witcher 3. Everybody knows what this is.
So they just said that it's sold like... It's like the 8th best-selling game of all time now or something. It's sold like 65 million units. I mean, shouldn't CD Projekt Red have been doing this all along?
I mean, I don't think you do it just to do it.
Well, no. But I mean,
I
assume CD Projekt Red is going to create content that I want to consume, Like,
yeah,
they haven't... I don't know they've ever made...
But they also only make content they want to make.
Yeah.
And they have... they made the what was it? Throne whatever.
Yeah.
They made Gwent. They've done more stuff.
Yeah.
It's just not DLC for Witcher 3 because you don't want to... the story ended.
It feels like you could
story.
put out DLC for this once every 3 years, and it would just sell. I mean, you got 65 million people just waiting for new content.
Not unless you have a good idea.
Yeah.
And
but again, I think they always have good ideas.
That's because they don't make stuff to make stuff. They
Right.
only make it when they have a good idea. And in this case, they're finding a way to bridge Witcher 3 with Witcher 4. And that is your good idea.
That is a good idea, yeah.
You have to ask yourself 3 questions when you're going to make something like this. Is it an idea?
Right.
Because the answer to that is no, shockingly frequently.
Yeah.
Is it a good idea? And is it the idea for right now?
Right.
And I think finally the answer to all 3 of those things was yes for this. And here we are.
This is very exciting.
The only disappointing thing is this next year.
Yeah. I mean, it leaked out like months ago.
Yeah.
Like, it's really crazy how.
But because it leaked so early, some people were hoping that maybe it was this year.
Yeah.
But next year makes a. I mean, God, you got years before you got to worry about The Witcher 4.
Yeah, sadly. But I wish they had come up with this idea earlier. Like, this feels like a decade of wasted time. Like,
Well, they didn't know what
least...
The Witcher 4 was going to be.
Yeah, that's a big
There's
part
no
of it.
wasted time there. It's it's one of the the eighth.
Well, they made Cyberpunk
game of all time. They made Cyberpunk. They made 2
Yeah.
spin-off games. They made a live service game that was very successful.
It's just a license to print money, is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. Well, I think they should have been remaking the first one.
Yeah,
Instead.
which they may be.
They're
don't
still
know.
working on it, but
Yeah.
again, they have a high standard of quality, except when they released Cyberpunk a year early. But I think they learned their lesson on that one.
That's what they say anyway. I hope so. I hope they did. But this is very exciting
Also,
news.
remember, they did release enhanced editions of 1 and 2 to fix all the problems with the things they released them as.
Yeah.
And they were finally the games they were meant to be once those enhanced editions came out.
Yeah. I mean, I have a feeling that this will be one of the best-selling games of next year.
There's a good chance.
This expansion. Because you already have 65 million people just sitting there with the game waiting for more content.
Yeah, but also remember that a lot of those people probably bought it for about $5.
Yeah.
So they may not want to buy a $30 to $40 expansion.
That's true.
For it.
Do you think that's about how much it'll cost?
That would be my guess.
Yeah.
It's about what Blood and Wine and...
How much was Blood and Wine? I forgot.
I think they were 30.
Were they?
$29.99 sounds right to me.
Nobody complained.
That was... No, of course.
Blood and Wine may be the best expansion ever.
Yeah, I would argue that Blood and Wine is arguably better than the main story.
Yeah, I think so.
Blood and Wine is one of the best action RPG anything's ever put out.
I don't think you're alone there. I think other people agree with you on that for sure.
And that's not to disparage the rest of Witcher 3. I just think Blood and Wine is maybe the best thing they've ever done.
Yeah. Yep. So this is very exciting. I'm very excited for this. This definitely jumps up my most anticipated list for next year for sure.
I'm trying not to think about it because it's a long way away.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I just did replay a fair chunk of The Witcher 3 because one of my friends started to play it for the first time, and I wanted to replay it because I wanted to remember it because I'm like, well, she's gonna have a lot of questions, so I better remember how all this stuff works.
Yeah.
And it was a good thing I did because I had forgotten a lot of stuff. But I played 60 hours of it.
Yeah.
And I'm almost all the way through the main story again, and I'm just without even trying. And
Yeah.
it's just this is great. This game's great.
Yep.
And the way the expansion content flows into it, and you can kind of pick up on the Hearts of Stone stuff early once you get into higher levels. And if you want to, you can beeline over there and get to open the rune right guy early on, and race that one guy and get the best saddle in the game right off the bat, so you never have to worry about the damn horse races ever again.
Yeah.
All that stuff is great.
It is.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this one made out of house will have sort of the same.
I'm sure they got
magic.
their eyes on it. I mean, they know their rep rests on The Witcher.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yep. Well,
Because
there you go.
screwing up The Witcher is a very different thing from screwing up Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yep. So there you go. That is our headline of the week, brought to you by Video Game Town. Again, go to videogame.town and give them some support. Read their awesome articles and consider their Patreon.
Also, Songs of the Past makes me wonder if a lot of this might be book era material. If they're doing their own version. This is our version of what happened in the pre-game era.
Yeah, that could be. Yep.
Because some of that is important to series story. So it would make sense to have all that in place somehow in a playable form before you play the game where you play as her.
Yep. Yep.
That's my guess on that.
Okay. Well, we have more exciting news. We actually have another new sponsor for June, it is a good month to jump in with the Naughty 3 stuff going on. There's lots of eyeballs on all gaming content in June. But this one is a returning sponsor, and I'll tell you in a minute why they've returned. But here we go. Here's an ad from the Repair app. Cracked phone screen, stuck zipper, busted bike, borked HDMI port, persnickety PlayStation? Don't toss it, boss it with the Repair app. The mission is to build a world where repair is the norm, not the exception. Snap a pic, describe the issue, and find local pros ready to fix it fast. It's not a marketplace, it's a movement that saves your stuff, your sanity, and the planet. No fees, no credit cards, no data collection, no stress. Just fast and fabulous fixes. Track your items and the repairs, log warranties, build a repair history, and become the hero your stuff deserves. Fight landfill guilt, save some cash, and support local business all at the same time. And best of all, it's free. Join the Repair app waiting list today at therepair.app and be among the first to get access. Fix it, keep it, repeat, because trash is so last century. So why is the Repair app back as a sponsor? Because they have actually launched the apps. So you may remember back when they did a sponsorship run with us, it was just a website at that point, and they hadn't yet got their apps done and launched their apps. Well, the apps are now live on both iOS and Android, but not just that. There's a bunch of other stuff that they've done. Now the app has over 5,000 repair shops that are in the system. So maybe in the past you tried to use a repair app and you found that there weren't any local repair shops nearby you. Since they did their first run of sponsorship, that is what they've been focusing on, getting the repair stores into the system so they're ready to work. So there's 5,000 repair shops in there now, which is pretty freaking awesome. Also, if you want to help us out, download the app, whether you have Android or iOS, Apple, whichever. Download the app. Make sure you review it. That's the most important part, because for an app that just launches, it needs users, first of all, but it really needs reviews, because a lot of people will see an app, and if there's no reviews, they're not going to download it and check it out. So if you can head to the App Store, head to Google Play, download the app, and start getting stuff fixed locally, that would be really awesome. If you're somebody who cares about where your stuff ends up, this is a great app to support. They care about the environment. They care about saving us all money, too. Let's repair that stuff instead of throwing it in a frickin' landfill. Go download the Repair app on iOS or Android. And just a note, I'm sure this episode you're like, man, the ads are coming crazy. Well, we normally would have spread these out more, but because the first 90 minutes was locked down with the Sony State of Play, we had to kind of get them in at the end. So just don't freak out. The show's not going to be a bunch of ads wall to wall going forward. It's just this episode that kind of worked out that way. All right, now is time to review a game. If I get the right lower third up here. Here on GameFace 482, we're going to talk about 007 First Light. I think I can say right off of the top, Matt, it's definitely the best James Bond game since GoldenEye.
Yeah.
And it probably is better than GoldenEye.
Not a high bar. Really,
yeah.
but,
I mean, really, it's crazy how many bad...
It is better than GoldenEye if you go back to play GoldenEye now.
Yeah. But at the time it was released...
It's not better than GoldenEye in comparison to the rest of the games out right now versus GoldenEye versus the rest of the games out when GoldenEye came out. Like, there are two different frames of reference there.
Yeah.
But if you're going to, like, put a gun to my head and say, play one of these games, I'm going to play this one.
Yeah.
I
would play this over playing GoldenEye again, definitely, for sure.
So I will say this, and I'm not someone who uses subtitles, and I'm not someone who cares about sound mix all that often. The opening scene of this is one of the worst sound mixes I have ever heard in a game ever. Between the British accents and the radio chatter like overlay and the sound of the helicopters and explosions, I didn't understand one goddamn word anyone said in the first 5 minutes of this game. Like, I understand. Obviously, you can just look at it and tell what's going on. They're in a mission. It's happening. Oh, they spotted us. There's missiles. Oh, they blew up. We're crashing. You get it. But I'm like, I didn't understand anything anyone said. And I'm just like, you needed Soundwizardry, boys. I'm sorry. Like, I could not hear anything anyone was saying. And it stops after that. After that, everything is fine. But I didn't understand anything in this scene.
I'm actually surprised Soundwizardry... Maybe they did work on this game.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They work on a lot of games that are developed in Europe, so it's possible that they may have had a hand in this.
Well, I don't think they touched this scene.
Yeah.
Because it just was nonsense. to
Yeah.
me. And I had it turned way up. Like, it was like... And all the settings are right. Just this scene was unintelligible.
Interesting. I didn't notice that, honestly. I was playing with headphones on. Yeah. I was recording this. I was recording the first couple hours for our B-roll or whatever.
Like, I was just picking up snippets of words, but between the British accent and the radio overlay effect, like, I just couldn't. And the thrum of, I mean, maybe it was a subwoofer. I don't know. But it was just very hard to understand. The rest of the game does not have that problem.
Well, this, I mean, I guess you could call it a prequel, but it's really an origin story of James Bond.
I mean, they've never covered this really before. I mean, unless you count James Bond Jr., but that was his nephew, so they're not really the same thing.
And I will say, like, as a game developer who was handed the license to kind of create the origin of one of pop culture's biggest characters, IO Interactive did a pretty damn good job.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, watching the last couple Bond films, I don't feel like the plots in those films were any better than the plots in this.
No, this is actually one of the better Bond films of all time.
It's kind of crazy.
It's, I mean, again, not a super high bar. One of the things about being a Bond fan is acknowledging that only about a third of the movies are any good. But again, if you make that many movies, what your track record is probably going to look like.
It's going to happen.
I will also say I think because obviously after this chapter, you go into the the classic Bond opening sequence with the credits and the stylized thing and the montages and the song and everything. I think this is pretty weak.
What do you mean?
Their opening with this. I think it's very non-kinetic and not a lot of interesting imagery. The Lana Del Rey song is fine on its own, but I don't think it's a very good Bond theme.
Yeah.
Like it's certainly no View to a Kill or Skyfall.
Well, it does fail at doing what good Bond films do at the beginning.
Establish what you're about to say.
Yeah.
A lot of the best Bond intros have spoilers in them.
No, you're right.
Like, oh, that's what we're gonna see that. I mean, you see the woman painted gold in Goldfinger's opening. Like, it's I mean, obviously you don't have context, so you don't necessarily know what that is. But
the mystery's there.
And when you go back and watch it again, you're like, oh, but this is just sort of he walks through a lot of doors, and people's eyes glow, and the camera turns over a couple times, and like it's over. Like, like there isn't even like a big hit at the end. It's just very weird.
There's lots of plot holes in this. I don't know if you discovered some, but maybe not plot holes is the right word, but just like inconsistency. So like that one scene right back there was the first one I noticed. Like he's climbing and the rocks fall down onto the people below, and the people never look up. Mm-hmm. It's just like, what's the first thing you do when something lands on you?
They're looking around, like it doesn't occur to them to look that far.
Well, earlier the debris falls on them from his climbing, and they never look up. They're just like, oh, okay, rocks are just falling from the sky. We're looking for this guy. And there's rocks falling from the sky.
They're not looking for him yet. They don't know he's there yet.
Well, they are. Yeah, they're
the
talking.
The other
to each
guys
other.
did, but the other guys he runs into later have not.
But there's lots of little stuff like that in this. Like I started making a list, and I got to like 10 of them, and I just quit.
Yeah, I don't want you to shock you, but if you've ever seen a James Bond movie,
I know.
That's basically what it is.
What I was getting at is that it also has a lot of the faults of James Bond.
I mean,
plots.
that's just fiction. No story has no plot holes.
Yeah, there was a game that I just covered. Was it Aphelion or whatever? No, it was. I just had a game.
Aphelion definitely had plot holes.
There was the other game that I just covered. I searched my brain for. I could not find a plot hole in it. So there are some, but
I'm going to say this definitively. Every story ever told has a plot hole in it somewhere, whether you see it or find it or not.
I guess my point is
no story is 100% realistic, and every story needs some kind of contrivance to make it happen.
I guess my point is that they are far more noticeable and obvious in this than the average piece of pop culture.
Sure, but also that's James Bond.
It could be.
Like I'll give you a hint. None of the tech in this or any James Bond movie actually works.
Yeah, I know. Shocker.
You would not want an ejector seat in an Aston Martin, no matter how cool it looks in the movie.
Yeah. So this is sort of the origin story. The game starts. You just saw the whole cinematic. He crashes, and
he's the only survivor of his. It's an SAS operation, but he's like an airborne trainee. He's not even really supposed to be in combat.
Yeah.
And he's the only survivor.
And he gets pulled into this mission, and basically he gets...
MI6 takes over and is just sort of like, do what I say, and he kind of does until
for
he doesn't
minute.
Because he is James Bond. And afterwards, M's just sort of like, well, you're a dick, but you did show initiative, and I'd like to see what I can do with you.
Yeah. So he saves a bunch of MI6 people is what happens.
He's ordered not to. Yeah, he's ordered not to, and he ignores them and saves, like, I think it's like 8 MI6 operatives that have not been executed yet.
Yeah.
And blows up the whole facility because he is James Bond.
Yeah.
And so they lose the object they were after, but they do save the personnel. And because the M in this has only been M for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And her whole thing is bringing MI6 back up to like the respectability standards and operational standards that they were like 10, 15 years ago. She thinks that he might be exactly sort of the innovative go-getter that they need in the 00 program, because she's trying to resurrect that because that got shut down 10 years ago, which turns out to be very related to the main storyline. And there's already other recruits that are training for the new 00 program, and she kind of forces him in even though he's too late for basic training,
which angers recruits.
It's the whole like, oh, you didn't go through all that, so we have to haze him and all that. It's very, very standard, but he is, of course, there's already 6 of them, so he is, of course, the 7th recruit, because it is an origin story.
Yep. And so the beginning of this game, like this is the beginning of it. It seems like it's training.
Yeah.
Like for literally the first 2 or 3 hours of this game, it's training.
Yeah, it takes a while. I was thinking about that before, because like the first 3 chapters of this are training, and then like after there's like a thing where basically your recruits and all get sent, because the main it's actually very similar to GoldenEye in some ways, where the main kind of hook of the actual story is that a former 00 who was a rogue agent wants to quote unquote come back in from the cold, and nobody trusts him and nobody knows what's going on. 009, which is
first they think he's a traitor.
They think he's a traitor. That's why he's been gone for so long. They imply early on that's why they shut down the 00 program in the first place. Whatever he
went
did.
rogue, or
and
they thought he went rogue.
And the guy who's training all the new recruits was friends with him and knows what the deal is, and is we cannot trust a single thing that happens from here on out. So they bring in the trainees because they're the only agents that 009 doesn't know, and the only advantage they think they have is he won't recognize them and he won't know what they're going to do, because the first rule of spycraft, as they repeatedly say in this, is to do the unexpected. So,
and they do say that 80 times,
but that takes 3 chapters of sort of faffing about, which is not bad,
because you go to this whole school,
but you don't get a full-fledged James, your objectives menu doesn't open up until chapter 3. It's once you
2
do,
hours in,
and then once you do, you're now you're okay, yes, this is by the Hitman people. Because you finally get that sort of hearing of a location and a bunch of stuff is happening, and you have 5 different ways to solve all these things, and you have to choose how you want to do it.
And you're gonna stay here for a long freaking time.
It is an involved thing, because it's each
mission takes
each
really
mission's an
long
hour.
time.
Start as an hour, and later on there's more and more involved, bigger and bigger places, and they can turn into anything, because James, you turn into anything. They can turn into a car chase. You can turn into a whole run through the whole area.
But I would argue that at first this game gave me the impression that it was gonna be crazy gameplay variety. 1 minute you're going to be shooting, next minute you're going to be creeping, next minute you're going to be driving, next minute you're going to be doing X, Y, and Z. But once you get into the meat of the game, it really just kind of turns into a Hitman game.
A little bit.
Lots of stealth.
It's not as restrictive as Hitman. If you do want to just go through and punch the shit out of everybody, you can. You just better be good at it, because you can't either die, and sometimes you need to, if you get spotted and you can take out everybody who spotted you before they alert anyone, you get the situation control thing.
So you can close it down.
So you can shut it down. It's not an auto fail like it can be in Hitman. Because it does remember that you are James Bond. James Bond, if he wants to, can alert the whole fucking continent to the fact that he's there and tell them his name. And apparently it's fine, because why does the spy give everyone his real name? We don't know. But so if one of your issues with Hitman is that it's too fiddly in terms of accomplishing anything properly, because if you get spotted or you miss a shot or something, all of a sudden basically the level's over, or you're gonna have to do this whole thing. That's not true in this.
Not at all.
You have a lot more freedom to handle situations as you see fit, as a 00 would.
Well, once you get used to the combat, you can take out the whole place.
He's a very good fighter in a way that Agent 47 simply isn't. Which is, again, should be.
The hand-to-hand combat in this, it's a little janky, but it's effective. It works,
and it uses the environment very well. Again, I was reminded of this watching Wolverine a little bit.
Sleeping dogs. This has got some sleeping dogs in it, man.
Dogs in it.
And way more than Wolverine, from what I saw and what they showed anyway.
Well, this uses the environment a lot, throwing things at people to stun them, so you run up and hit them and grab them and throw them into other guys.
It's the coolest part of the game, I think.
I think I kind of tie that up, because I think it's about equally cool with how many different ways you have to solve.
That's true.
The infiltration problems. Where so I got to get in this building. Well, they're only letting press and staff in. So do I want to go find a staff uniform and do that, or do I steal a press pass from somebody? I can do that. Do I just drop down over here, crawl around, go up and go through an open window and just walk into my chauffeur uniform and tell everyone to fuck off? You can do that too.
Or climb a pipe on the outside of the building and drop in through the ceiling. It's really crazy. Every mission. There was one mission,
and they'll give you hints. Each objective thing is okay, you need to find this press pass. You can go over, but there's 2 other ways to solve that probably that you don't need an objective marker for. You can just say, oh, I wonder if this will work, and it does.
I started to get sick of looking for key cards, because it feels like the bulk of this game is finding a freaking key card. And
pickpocketing.
That's when I started getting creative. So there was one mission where I couldn't find the freaking key card. So I just started looking around, and I found this pipe that I could climb up on the outside of the building, went in up on top of the roof, and there was an atrium up there that I was able to open up and just fall right into the room. I had burned I don't know, 45 minutes trying to find that freaking key card, and then I just found this place. It dropped right in, and off
I was
it went.
trying to get through like this like guarded location, and I had run too low because you have this like dart you can shoot out of your phone that like you can use it to poison people, but also like you can use it to like hit things and distract people. But like again, you need to find like the chemicals to keep basically the ammo counter up. And I had basically cleaned the whole place out of chemicals already because I was making people throw up all over the place.
Yeah, I use that a lot.
It's a very
too.
effective way to get around. And I'm like, okay, so I could hit this thing over here and distract them, but I don't know how to. So I couldn't find any more thing. I couldn't figure out a way to get around anyone. And so finally, I'm just like, I'm gonna go downstairs and go backstage, and I wandered outside, and I saw another pipe. So I went up the pipe, and I hopped through the another window, and that got me shimmy over the one ledge, and then in over here, and then like from this angle, I was behind the guard, and I could just sort of whack the vacuum cleaner, and the maid went to look, and I could pickpocket her pass.
And she's distracted,
and I was able to get in another room and go out that window and over into the room I was trying to get into. And like none of that was in the objective thing at all. It was just like, oh, I'm like, I can't figure out. I can't do what clearly I'm supposed to like do as the easy route by like distracting them with the sick dart by hitting something because I'm out of ammo. So I'm just gonna go over here and do that. And you're in a social area, so you can't pull your weapon, so I can't just shoot it. And instead, I ended up finding this whole other way around it, which again, very Hitman. The one difference I would say is like I've described Hitman as a puzzle box, and I say that because a Hitman level is moving independently of you, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Like everything's happening, and you're either there on time or you're not, and then you have to. That is not how this works.
Yeah.
Everyone is not moving independently of you. If you have an objective to like follow someone, unless it explicitly says you have this amount of time to do this, you can take your time figuring out how to get there, and it'll still continue from there. So it's not like Hitman in the sense that like if you don't beeline from the starting point to this point, that guy will already walk past where you need him to be. Like, and again, this does have, once you finish a level and you go back and you can look at it in the challenge section, and it does have, like Hitman, 14 different like weird little stunt things you can do in each level, like, you know, don't alert anybody or kill everybody in the section, or don't alert anybody in the section, or like find this thing and use it to do this, like to complete the level fully and like, you know, go through and really explore all the things each level has to offer, which I think is one of the coolest things about Hitman 2.
Yeah.
And the bonus on this is it's way less annoying to do that in this game because you don't need to worry about that perfect timing puzzle box aspect.
Yeah. There's some contrivances, so like the guns in this, it's very weird. You can only use them when the game tells you to use them.
Yeah, you have to have the license to kill. I mean, which is, you know, true. I mean,
it's like, okay, but like there's other moments where like there's cameras and like you should be able to pull out your pistol and shoot it, but instead
you would not be allowed to discharge.
They make you use the gadget instead to take it out. Like it just is a weird contrivance. Like I just found times where I'm like, because the other thing, too, is when you use your gadgets to take out the camera, it's only temporary. It only lasts for, like, 10 seconds or whatever. Like, I should be able to shoot that with my pistol and take it out for good.
But you wouldn't be allowed to do that in that situation without a free fire option because you would be leaving too much evidence behind.
Yeah.
Being allowed to shoot the cameras in most situations that are not, like, already, you know, weapons
So why was
free,
it in GoldenEye, then?
Because GoldenEye is nonsense.
This isn't?
No, not because GoldenEye is not trying to simulate any kind of espionage thing in that regard. It's just being an action game, an action movie, because that's what GoldenEye is. GoldenEye doesn't really lean into the spy stuff too hard. Right? This is trying to be a, you know, somewhat like not like realistic, but like, you know, plausible impossible style espionage thing.
I would prefer that it was less realistic and they just let me shoot.
And also remember that until he's a full-fledged like veteran 00. He doesn't have a free
silencer.
He doesn't have a free form license to kill. Like in the movies, except maybe Casino Royale, the license to kill is at the prerogative of the 00 agent. He is not that kind of a veteran yet in this, so there is a little bit of a limit. If you were to do a sequel to this, I think you would have to give him the freedom to pull his gun out whenever he sees fit, because he would have the seniority at that point to. You would have to, if you didn't trust him to make that choice, you wouldn't be sending him into the field at that point. In this point, I mean, he's so green in this that every time he goes back to this facility, they shave his head again. It's like the poor boy cannot have a good haircut until like halfway through the game.
Yeah. Now the gunplay in this.
But look at all the environmental stuff.
That's why I put this in the B-roll. I made sure to put this scene in here so people could see like what it's doing, which is amazing.
And this isn't just like cutscene stuff. Like
No.
all the stuff you're seeing with the bunk beds, all that could happen.
real time,
throwing people in and getting
Yeah, it
knocked
happens
into
when
them.
you're in real combat.
And he reacts to getting knocked into things, which I think is
Yeah.
cool. Like the people knock him over like a table, and he'll be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, come on!" Like
The hand-to-hand
it's
combat in
very,
this is
very
the
good.
best, for sure. It's the best part of the gameplay.
I love this. This is like pure old Western sort of. Like you're just gonna drag him along the cafe. It's like, oh no, meatloaf. It's,
Yeah.
like, it's so gross.
Yeah.
I did try to throw him through the window here when
Can
I
you?
fought this. No, because it's part of the next scene. Like it's part of the
it has
cutscene.
to be there, right.
But I did bash him against the window. I'm like, why won't this break? And then it turned out it was like because it's about to break as part of the cutscene.
So I like the fisticuffs in this. The gunplay, not so much. The guns all feel like crap and kind of feel the same.
I like the some of the rifles. His side
they're all like one-shot kills. You just hit someone in the head and they die.
Pretty much. The sidearm he gets is, again, PP7's not amazing. Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what he's using in this necessarily.
Yeah, but you don't use it that much.
No,
Like
you
the
don't use it
guns,
that
the
much.
guns in this are not a big part of the. I mean, again, it's a stealth game for the
Yeah.
most part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an emergency thing.
And the stealth too, though, it's like they don't give you like all the tools. Like I would prefer to be able to choose when I lock on to cover and then choose to detach from cover. This just does it kind of automatically.
Yeah, it's pretty lenient with whether they see you or
It's
not
true.
in that regard, though. So
But I'll say
that's
this
really
too,
an issue.
man. Like they can throw a grenade from like 300 yards away
They're
and
very accurate with the-
put it right at my feet.
They are
like,
Call of Duty 3 with those
it's like
grenades.
Brett
sometimes.
Favre throwing grenades, and they also are very good at shooting. Like they'll find a little like angle and just put it right in your head. Like so.
I haven't run into that too. Most of the time when I have trouble in like shootouts, it's because I made a dumb decision about what my cover should be,
Yeah.
or I ran past something, and like now I'm like got guys behind me and over here. Like most of the time in those, I've found that it's just because I'm not thinking straight. Because again, and normally that is in sequences which are like designated action sequences where I'm just like, okay, well, like I guess I thought you were going to handhold me through this, and
Yeah.
this game doesn't really do that.
Yeah.
Like you can screw yourself in this if you're not trying to think about what is bulletproof or not.
Are you disappointed in the gadgets? Because they all seem very generic and boring. Like every time I came back to Q, I'm like, all right, what you got for me? And I'd be like, oh, that's it? Like.
Yeah, not really. I mean, they are pretty standard stealth tools. There's nothing in this that like Ezio didn't have,
Yeah.
essentially in a more primitive form. But again, that's the nature of the Q gadgets varies wildly from story to story.
Also, time period I should have taken into account. This is from decades ago, so maybe the technology wasn't up to.
No, this is modern day.
Oh, it is?
100%.
So
they got smartphones.
Right. How do they say it's a origin story then?
Because it's a sliding time scale.
Oh, interesting.
James Bond would be like 112 years old at this
Yeah.
point if you were doing that. Like, again, like, Daniel Craig, James Bond was born in like 1980 or whatever. Whoever they cast next, James. That's one of the problems that James Bond has had as a premise is like. Bond, as he's normally portrayed, works best as a Cold War element, and that's long over. I mean, they even say at some point one of the other recruits has some old thing, and they say like vintage Cold War or something. The Cold War is ancient history to these people. So yeah, this is an update of the ideas that James Bond. He's 26 in this, so he would have been born in 2000.
Wow, that's crazy. Some other things that kind of...
He, by the way, is very accurate to the book description.
Yeah.
Narrow face, cruel mouth.
Yeah, for sure.
In the book, it's
scar.
It's a dueling scar. But
Yeah.
in this, it's from the crash.
Right. There was other things about the stealth that I was like, for a stealth game, they probably should have this. Like, you can't move the bodies in the game.
That is interesting.
You take somebody down, they just lay there.
Well, it's funny. The first time I knocked somebody out, like a little prompt was up above him to say pick up.
Yeah.
And I thought it was to pick up the body move. I'm like, well, I don't need to do that, right? And it turned out it was to pick up the key card and to get to the next room. And I'm like, where's the key card? Where are we at? And I didn't realize that you couldn't move bodies in this until later.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really miss moving bodies. James Bond doesn't really move bodies. He's just-
But then there's other stuff, like you kick a door open and there's a guy standing like 8 feet away and they don't hear it. Like the vision cones on the enemies are very generous. Like I can almost walk in front of them sometimes and they don't see me.
Sounds like you need to bump it up to 00 difficulty then.
I just have it in the middle like I always play every
Well, yeah,
game.
because the middle one is called intended, which is a refreshing...
I just always leave it on default.
Same,
by default.
but like if
yeah.
you want it to be like that, everything like what you're describing is higher tuned in the highest difficulty.
But they're not going to let you move bodies or let you snap on the cover.
They're not going to let you move bodies, but like they'll see you. They see you better. It's like that. What was the can't remember which game it was. Oh, it was Shadows, where like they didn't look up. On the standard difficulty, and then they changed that in the patch. But like, originally Shadows, the enemies never looked up.
I mean, I get why they've done this, because it's James Bond, it's not Hitman, and they want it to appeal to a wider audience.
Mm-hmm.
But it is, like, at its core, it's a stealth game, and I think most people can handle, like, all the tenets of a really modern stealth game, a full-featured stealth game. So I thought maybe that was a little bit of a mistake. I understand why they did it, but ultimately...
I don't think it is, because stealth games are boring. And
I mean, I'll be honest with you, I got bored with this game.
Well, then you should have just gone loud.
Yeah, I did.
Like, a lot of times if I got sick of something, I just punched people until I was done. And
sometimes I just don't want to have to hit the buttons. I just got lazy. But I did get bored with this game. After I got like 14 hours into it or something like that, it just started getting very repetitive. It's just like, and the other thing too is the missions last so long that you end up staying in the same environments for so long. You do learn them inside and out, I'll say that much. By the time you're done, you're like, dang man, I know everything that's in this area. But I just got sick of it after a while, being in the missions for so long. But
I really like the Hitman format.
Yeah,
and
you like Hitman more than I do, generally.
I think this is Hitman with all the frustration removed.
Yeah,
basically, and that's
I'd
great.
agree with that. Like, a lot of the stuff that I don't like about Hitman, I did not find in this. Yeah, for sure.
It's really good. I was thinking, though, like, I probably would never replay this, like, the campaign.
Yeah.
Because the first third of it is actually...
You'd have to play through it again.
You have to play through it again.
It's all linear.
It's very linear, and it's all very training centric, and that's fine the first time through. It's there's even
maybe they'll let you skip that.
They don't. They're actual. It cuts, because the thing is, that's why they have the challenge mode, where you just pick which mission to replay, and you don't have to deal with any of that.
Yep.
But like, there is a couple things where like when they're doing the training stuff, they do like training montage. They might be the best implemented training montages in the history of video games.
Yeah.
Because they're like, a lot of them use like quick time events.
Yeah.
And like, they work. Like, is that you're doing it, and like it'll do like a hard cutaway right as you hit, and you're like, oh, you're doing something else, and you got to aim at things and shoot this, and it'll cut back like him doing the 100 push-ups.
Yeah.
And you have to do like
the
thing for that,
Yeah.
and it just comes back to that like 3 times, and like it's a very effective way of doing a montage but making it playable.
Well,
and
this game has a bunch of montages. Most games don't have montages at all.
The montage is not a common thing.
No.
Certainly not an interactive one. It's not very common.
There's tons of them
and
in
they
this,
kind of pulled that off in this,
I thought they did a good job of that as well. And obviously you're seeing the B-roll. The game looks great.
Yeah,
it's
it looks
gorgeous.
great.
Yeah.
I played on PlayStation.
Yeah, I mean,
Pro.
I'm playing on PS5.
Super smooth.
Yeah,
no
no
issues.
problems with frame rates, nothing like that.
The reflections very impressive.
There's mirrors in this game.
The mirrors are amazing. Like, they're showing off.
See, you can do it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can do it if you want to do it.
Right, because they had the tech for it from Hitman already. But like, there's a bathroom in one of these areas where
there's like 5 of them and one
mirrors
shattered.
And one shattered, and you're like, okay, so that shattered mirror is reflecting like 15 times.
It's insane.
And like little things like in their little safe house, which you saw earlier, where they're all moving in.
Yeah.
Like there's mirrors behind like draped like that, and you walk by, you see it like
the
that.
piece of it.
It's they're showing off.
Yeah.
And they should, because that's a very hard thing to pull off.
Yeah. But one thing I will say is that like all the promotion leading up to this, all the trailers gave me the perception that this game was way more varied than it is. Like that is, to me, is like the biggest takeaway from playing the game after watching the trailers and everything, is that it is just predominantly stealth. Like,
yeah, I mean, it goes big periodically, but those are very planned.
Like, you drive
moments.
something for like 30 seconds, and it's not like you have to be good at it. You're just going from one place to another to start another stealth mission. Like, I was under the I thought, assuming, makes an ass out of you and me, as they say, I assumed that there was a lot more gameplay variety in this than there actually is, but just know...
on this section, I went the completely other direction and did something totally different.
I did too. This is them playing.
Oh, this is them?
Yeah, I went a different way too, actually, for this. I didn't do this way at all. And that is, to me, the biggest strength of this game.
Yeah.
Is that you can just do things so many different ways.
There's a lot of times where you'll be like, I wonder if this would work. And it does.
Yeah.
And that's great.
And the other strength, too, is that they nail James Bond. Like, the other thing I found with this is that you can get out of crazy stuff you never thought you could get out of just by talking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's almost absurd, honestly, sometimes. But it shows the player how charismatic he is. And people constantly comment about his looks, call him pretty boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it all, like, those little things all add up in the end to really make you feel like you're Bond.
There's a thing in this one where, like, he's expecting the one before this, I think, where like, he's expecting tall, dark, and handsome, so it'll have to be James.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah.
Like, they nail James Bond. They really do. Like, they gave this to the right studio for sure.
And he knows who he is, and and he does come off as, you know, the younger
smug
version of himself. And,
yeah,
you know, you can tell he's not.
But he's James Bond. He's supposed to be that way, you know.
Yeah,
so.
but the seasoned James Bond knows when to turn that on and off, and knows like when he's in over his head. And
he lays it on
one
thick.
does it.
Yeah, he hasn't figured that out
but
yet.
that is part of the origins.
Yeah.
Part of, you know, he has to
grow into the role. Yeah.
And I haven't finished it. You know, I'm a little over, I think, halfway through it.
Mm-hmm.
I assume by the end of the game he will have become the Tomb Raider.
Yeah. Or the shadow of the Tomb Raider. So I really enjoyed this. Like, I think its Metacritic is like an 8.7 right now. That's a little high for me. Like, I think this is like Game of the Year from 2009 is the way I would put it. Like, it's like Uncharted 2, but better. Like, it could have beat Uncharted 2 in 2009 for Game of the Year. But in 2026, there's definitely some parts of it that feel a little antiquated. I still enjoyed playing it for the most part. Like I said, I got to hour 14 or 15. I'm starting to wane, but I also recognize that I'm playing the dang thing like straight, and most people don't do that. So
yeah, see, I would argue that this deserves that score and maybe a little more.
Really?
Because
wow.
It's certainly in the Game of the Year conversation right now.
For me, it's not.
There's a lot of other stuff coming out, obviously,
Yeah.
but I can maybe think of two other things this year that would be in the same echelon. Resident Evil and what was that other thing I liked so much? I'd have to look at my list, but because no one else does this. That's why IO was such a good pick for this, because no one else does what they do.
No one else could have made this game.
Yeah, this is a James Bond game that kind of captures the James Bond fantasy in a, I guess better isn't the right word, because people have wildly different ideas of what makes James Bond, or what they like about James Bond.
Yeah.
But if the thing you like about James Bond is his kind of like improvisational, like, we're going to make it through this crazy thing.
Devil
like,
may care.
And it starts out as like, I'm in a perfectly dressed tuxedo and I'm walking into this high society party, and somehow in the next 20 minutes, this is going to turn into an exploding tanker plane.
And I'm face down in a mud puddle.
Yeah. Oh, and I'm going to be falling out of the air, and I have to grab another man to steal his parachute.
Yeah.
Like, how did you go from a cocktail party to that? Well, you're going to get there. And you're going to get there in a way that you kind of improvise along the way. And it's going to feel very much like what James Bond does in the movies. And I think it captures that in a way that nothing else does.
I do think your enjoyment of this will be pretty relatable to how much you like Hitman.
Yeah.
And you've liked Hitman a lot in the past. I really haven't, and I think that's kind of being reflected.
Somewhat, but I don't think you need to have any Hitman experience to play this game.
Well, no, not at all. But I'm thinking if you have liked Hitman games in the past, you're going to like this game.
If you like Hitman, you're going to like this.
Yeah.
If you like this, I wouldn't necessarily recommend Hitman to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because I like this more than Hitman.
Like so
they definitely appealed to me more than Hitman.
So like,
games.
if you play this and you're like, oh, I really like kind of the freeform nature of these missions, and I wish it was actually a little deeper, then maybe you should play Hitman, because Hitman is that with like way more demands of you. This is like, I think you're right that this is in a lot of ways the Hitman design philosophy dumbed down for a larger audience.
Yeah.
Because
it makes sense. You should do that.
Yeah, absolutely, because it's Bond.
Yeah.
You know, you're making a game for Amazon. You're gonna have to.
Yeah.
You have to make some compromises.
Yeah.
But I think they did it in all the right places.
Yeah.
And,
I enjoyed it. Like, I would recommend, if people are interested in this, they buy it for sure. But I definitely don't like it as much as the consensus. But I haven't liked Hitman as much as the consensus either. So I think that adds up.
Legacy says, I don't like Hitman, but I do like Uncharted. Well, I think you will like 007. I think it leans more on. I think it puts the right amount of Uncharted into Hitman.
Yeah.
If your thing you don't like about Hitman is how precise it needs you to be, and how willing to let you fail it is.
Yeah.
I think 007 does not do that.
It's a breath of fresh air.
007 is willing to wait for you and is willing to let you figure things out on your own without giving you some kind of instant fail condition.
Yeah.
Which again is very in line with how James Bond unfolds in all his appearances. So I think they capture it in a way that, I mean, it's the first James Bond game in what, like
10 years, I think.
More than 10 years.
Yeah, 12 maybe.
I think the last one was it Legacy?
I think
the one that was like a mashup of all the different movies.
Yeah, I think it was.
Because I saw that was being shown at Comic-Con 2011. Dang. So that was
it's been like
probably like
12 or 13
14,
years.
13 years.
Dang. Yeah. Well, there you go. That is 007 First Light. That's 2 thumbs up from us.
Yeah.
Matt likes it more than I do, but he also likes Hitman more than I do, so that totally makes sense.
And hopefully we'll
adds up.
get another one in like 3 years.
Yeah, hopefully, instead of...
I would play more of these. No
I would
question.
too, yeah.
Especially if they continue to evolve the ideas and, like you say, add wackier gadgets. Yeah. Now that they've got a driving system in place, like add more of that.
Yeah.
Like make driving,
more
maybe
variety in general.
Areas where like there's 3 different places that are like kind of the complexity of one of the places in this, and you have to drive between them and like figure out maybe even start experimenting with that sort of real-time puzzle box element that Hitman has to see if you want to make that a high-level difficulty and see what you can do with that. There's a lot of potential here.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of potential to keep IO rolling in money.
Yeah, absolutely.
More than Hitman does.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
Bond
They'll make way more money off of this than they'll make off of Hitman.
I would hope so.
Yeah. I pretty much guarantee it. All right, there you go. That's 007 First Light. And we've reached the end of GameFace episode 482, which means there's just one thing left to do. That's right. It's time for Name That Game Tune, brought to you by the wizards at Soundwizardry.com. If you're working on any audio project, whether you're working on a game, film, TV, podcast, anything that requires audio and you want to make it better, go to Soundwizardry.com. I promise you they will make anything that you're working on way better. And they're great to work with as well. In fact, Glenn is so freaking awesome that he has sponsored this cool thing that we do called Name That Game Tune, where we play 5 audio samples from a video game, and then we ask you to name that game before this guy. Matt, I'm working on your headphones, by the way. Don't pull anything. Or did you already?
Not beyond pulling them
towards me. You did. I had a system set up. All right, let me get your hand it to me, and I'll get it plugged in.
You want it under or on top?
On top. All right. Okay, so I'll play 5 samples from a game, and you try to guess the name of the game before this guy. One thing to keep in mind is that we're doing things differently this year. You can keep playing. Even if you've already won, you can keep playing, and at the end of the year, we're adding up all the wins, and the person with the most wins will win Name That Game Tune for 2026. You will be the god of Name That Game Tune. A couple things before we get going, though. If you're on YouTube right now and you want to play, you do need to jump over to Twitch, because unfortunately with this game we can only play with one chat group to make things fair and even. So jump on over there, and thank you for joining us over on YouTube for our first live react thing we've done in a really, really long time. We really appreciate it.
Barry Gooster says that 007 has already outsold the entire Hitman franchise or something
Really?
like that.
I think it sold 2 million or 1.5 or 2 million in its first like few days or something. So yeah, it's doing good.
Yeah, I would think the Hitman 3, like the World of Assassination thing, sold a couple million.
I think it sold more than that.
That should
actually,
have been more than that.
Yeah, I think it's outsold a 007, but
Yeah.
007's gonna outsell it. Make no mistake.
It's
Yeah.
definitely going to probably tie it at least.
Yeah. Yep. Not Sir, thank you for Twitch Prime. Good job getting in there. All right, AJ the Legend, you're not going to play Name That Game Tune. You're leaving before we play. All right. Okay, I think we're all set up and ready to go. Are you ready to play Name That Game Tune?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to play Name That Game Tune?
Oh, and Vincent says that Schreier posted Laufey isn't years away.
So it could be next holiday then. All right, that's good to hear. Okay, you guys ready? Here comes the first sample in 3, 2, 1. I'll play that one again.
Rayman 2?
No, that would be clever of me though. Let's see here. Any guesses on that first one?
Yes. You're just not seeing them.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Body Harvest, no. Turok 2, no. James Pond, Underwater Agent, no. Slime Rancher, no. Wonder Book, that's not it. Epic Mickey, that's not it. Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, that's not it. However, Vortex Complex, got it. It is Viva Pinata. Congratulations on the first clue.
Real Viva Pinata fans have played that game hundreds of hours, so
You have to.
You would know. You would know all the sounds.
Yep, and look, I'll just go through all of them because we do that just to make sure you guys know that the game is legit and it's not rigged. I wasn't setting things up so that Vortex Complex could win. Here's the second one. Here's the third one.
Even put the Enya over the N.
Yep, good job.
Confidence.
Yep. The bonus point. There's the fourth one, and here's the last one. So there you go. Congratulations, Vortex Complex. You are on the board. And thank you for delivering the hype train right at the last minute on today's show. That's flipping awesome. Thanks, everybody. All right. That's going to do it for GameFace episode 482 right here on Sifted at sifted.net. A reminder that we are supported pretty much 100% at patreon.com/sifted. That's SIFTD. For just $5 a month, you get all our content early. It's a good deal compared to other gaming Patreons. You get nice exclusivity windows on all our content, which is pretty sweet. If you don't have any money, and I know a lot of people don't right now, but maybe you still are an Amazon Prime subscriber. And if you are, you can give us a free $2.50 every month. If you're watching on YouTube, we talk about it all the time, Twitch Prime. If you're trying to figure it out, go down below. There's step-by-step instructions down there on how to do it. Once you connect your Twitch and Amazon Prime accounts, which takes like 2 minutes, from then on, it just takes you 3 clicks to give us a free $2.50 every month. We'd appreciate it if you could do that. People who haven't been doing it for a while, please re-up that. Our numbers have consistently been going down over the last couple months, so if you haven't done it for a while, please re-up it. We'd really appreciate it. We really count on that money. And then finally, if you have no money, not an Amazon Prime person, that's okay too. Like the show, review the show, comment on the show. All that stuff makes a difference. It helps out the algo. Just comment algo. I don't care what you put in there. You can say Shane's ugly. I don't care. I want that comment for the algorithm. That's what matters more to me. So it would be awesome if you can. Let's see. Next week, June's really rough. But the good news is we have all this Naughty 3 Summer Game Fest stuff to tackle. So don't forget, over the next week, we have Jeff's thing on Friday, and then we have the Microsoft thing on Sunday morning. And obviously, we'll be curating all that stuff to sifted.net, so head on over there and check it all out, and we'll get it up as quick as we can. So everybody, have yourselves a great week filled with great games. GameFace is up and out.